Whew. All right, so we got a new factspiration table, and a real quick thing that doesn't really affect anybody in this at this level of play, but I have made all my games use Euclidean movement, so it's 5-10, 5-10, 5-10 forever. But to compromise, allies are no longer difficult terrain. So the one halfling amongst all of our games, no, the two halflings amongst all of our games are okay with this. They don't feel that it's cultural appropriation, so allies are no longer difficult terrain, but everything uses Euclidean movement because I don't want to live in a world with square-shaped fireballs, and that's that. So there we go. All right. Today's factspiration question off of our new factspiration table. We're gonna roll a D300. See what we get. All right, 151. Okay. Question 151. Oh, okay, we haven't had this one in a hot minute. What is your character's favorite spell? And if they don't use spells, what is their favorite personal weapon, combat maneuver, skill, etc.? So I'll put that in the chat. All right. While people are ruminating on that one, does anybody for a point of DM inspiration want to sum up what happened last time on Odyssey of the Dragonlords, Odyssey Prime, The God's Work, post-campaign? Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Just throw a D20 if you're interested. No? Otherwise, I'll do it myself. Oh, we got a number. Okay, Anastasia. All right, Anastasia, go ahead and let us know what happened last time.
Last time in Odyssey of the Dragonlords, we decided to pursue the Staff of the Caduceus. Through our research, we found out that it was taken or was held by a man, or our Dragonlord known as Carpathos the Wolf Lord, a very old Dragonlord. That no one knew where he was. We knew he had a tomb. We didn't investigate that. When we were in Aresia previously, we saw a painting of the man. And thought that was quite suspicious, so I guess through research and whatnot, we figured out that the painting actually demi-plane in some kind of a cage and imprisonment. He was imprisoned with his dragon and his partner, Jacenna. Hypatia teleported us back to Aristanor/Narcissus' chambers, his temple, and in there we found a sliding panel underneath his softest cushions. Where he basically had all the information he was going to dish to us before he perished defending Queen Helen in the takeover by the Shadow Master of Aresia. We kind of made our way to the palace from the temple through a secret passage. Phil squeezing Heroes all the way through, possibly. When we got there, we discovered all manner of clues leading to the identity of the Shadow Master, a red hairbrush with red hair in it. And then while we were piecing it all together, they revealed themselves to us. And we were all very surprised. But she didn't seem to bear us any ill will at that point and let us just explore the painting. And so we did. We Hypatia used her magic to send to Astraeus after figuring out that we would need someone of a pure bloodline of Dragonlords to open this prison and let us in. And he agreed. And we are now in the prison now. The painting of Carpathos the Wolf Lord. A very spooky, scary castle on a hill with a ever full moon. And we kind of explored our way up the keep and ran into some sort of vampiric undead dragon. getting the name of. But, gosh, why don't I remember his name? He's got such a good name. Anyway, another one of the original Dragonlords that Kyra recognized as a friend. And they chatted for a bit, and we sort of just dished with Karpathos until some topics came up about Bill and Hypatia's intentions to becoming gods, and Karpathos has concerns. We invited us with guest hospitality. He made a heroic feast for us, and we just talked. Some heated discussion. Phil and Strayus went off to have a side convo for a second. We're coming back. But it seems to have resolved itself. Karpathos has agreed to help our would-be gods with their problem, but that will take an enormous amount of time. But luckily, this demi-plane is timeless, as far as I understand it. Hypatia hasn't really explained it to me yet, but I know that I don't have time, so... yeah, I guess that's kind of what happened last time.
All right, yeah. Take your inspiration. And if anybody is interested in answering this question, what is your character's favorite spell? If they don't use spells, what is their favorite personal weapon, combat maneuver, skill, etc.? And they may add a bardic inspiration D12 that will last until they use it or until the end of the session.
Can someone roll a d20 for me? It's not.
The dice just are not rolling.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm seeing a 9 from Phil. This one is going to be for Reset. Oh, wait. It's not rolling for me either. No. Alright, hold on. Oh, wait. I saw a die just show up. Yeah, so that one's for Reset. Anyone else interested? Hypatia, Cyrus, anybody? Going once? Go twice? Alright. Sold to Philippocles.
Alright, Phil actually has a favorite spell.
Okay.
It's gaseous form.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
his favorite spell.
I've never seen that cast in this campaign. So that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well,
Yeah.
that's his favorite spell.
Okay, fair enough. You may ask the same question of any NPC that you've met previously during your adventures.
Yeah, I'll ask it of I'll ask Astraeus what his favorite spell is.
Okay. Astraeus, the most popular NPC according to 100 polled audience members. What is your favorite spell? If you do not have a favorite spell, what is your favorite ability?
Ooh. Now that is a very good question. I certainly do have a favorite spell.
Mhm.
I am trying to see if I still have the art for it. You custom made the art for it.
Oh, is it the Spirit Guardians where you summon forth the
is.
ghostly apparitions of your favorite Dragonlords?
That is correct.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Oh,
Spirit
man.
Guardians remains my my favorite spell.
Also, just an incredible spell, period. Yeah. Yeah. All right. There you go. Well, since you're actually playing and you answered it here, you can have a Factspiration too. There we go. All right. That's it. We're in the game. It's happening. All right. Astraeus, let me change the music out for something spookier. Though I'm spooky like 2.5 times a week. I don't know. Yeah, getting a little spooked out. I watched this real spooky movie called The House of Darkness, and it was, if it had had good actors, it might have been the scariest movie ever made. But since it had bad actors, it was only spooky. But it could have been the scariest movie ever made. It's on Disney Plus if you're bored and you're like, I got nothing to do for 90 minutes. Anyways, okay. So Astraeus, I believe Kyra and Anastasia have requested that they leave, and Bullbug is going with them. So if you are able to walk them to the exit, that would be appreciated. Since you are technically the warden of this prison.
Yeah, I will. I will do so. I don't know if this is tonight's Foundry issues or not. I either don't have a token with sight on, or I just have a black screen
Ooh.
randomly. So, but if you could grab Astreus, he would
Yes,
certainly escort them out.
if any player is actually in the game and able to, oh yeah, you could watch Red's game because Red was able to get in. So you can watch it on Twitch. It'd be slightly delayed. But if anybody besides me or Red is able to,
Yeah, I'll stream it.
Oh,
But I don't
okay.
have permission to stream in Discord.
What? All right, hold on. I'll make you a mod for tonight. There you go. You an admin now. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna.
All right. So Anna, do you want to say goodbye to anybody? You may never see them again.
What?
Well, I mean, nothing's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot could happen in however long they're going to be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll go to each of them.
Okay.
And I'll wait for you, my people. No, I can't do it without you. But I just can't wait any longer.
Okay. We might actually be out right after you, but
I hope so. That's what
mhm.
Hypatia said.
it'll
I trust
be
her.
like 4 years for us.
It's great.
I'll look exactly the same, but I don't know about Phil.
Well, I'll give him some time to think.
Hypatia just says, yeah, bye, while busy conjuring notebooks and trapper
Hypatia's really
keepers and
excited.
dividers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give him a hug if they allow me, and then
Okay.
I'll politely say goodbye to Karthpathos and Jasena and the dragon I really forgot the name of again.
Malzeno
is his name. Okay.
or Malzeno. Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember. How did I fucking forget that?
All right. So I guess the 4 of you, 5 of you, counting Soul, head towards the exit to the painting. Astreus, do you have any words of wisdom for Anastasia before she leaves? Now that she's away from the others.
You could tell, Anna, it would be fairly easy to see that Astreus is sort of wanting to say something to you, but also feeling awkward about saying something to you. If you wanted to engage with him on that.
She would just see your consternation on your face. Speak your mind, friend.
The bargain struck sounds like it meets the needs of all parties, but 4 years is how much time they anticipate being here. And a lot can happen. And in light of the nature of these ex-Dragonlords, I just note that you are leaving with one of the few sources of sunlight.
So it's purely mechanical reason. It's purely mechanical. The only sunlight if they get into a fight. I can't believe it. Okay.
Bark. It's stripping away the emotions. Yeah. Yeah. It's so he just looks at you dead eye and says, I'll do my best to keep them alive if things turn violent, but I cannot help but think that you would be an asset if you remained.
I mean, Brissette has sunlight. Meta, but there's fear.
I understand that, but they are strong. I feel like I needed them a lot more than they ever did me. I understand what you're saying.
I think you underestimate yourself. Though it is probably good that Bullbug depart. Him and the dragon are friendly, but I cannot help but recall their initial impressions of each other.
Well, Bug, you get to fly on a dragon one day.
It's it's fine. It's fine. It's only gonna be a few minutes, and then we'll get to hang out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It's gonna be different this time. This friend's gonna stick around, not like Bullbug 2. And this friend's not gonna get super busy with their family like Phil did. And then this friend's not gonna get Divine Spark and start to, kind of lose it and be all messed up all the time. This friend's gonna be different.
Well, Bug, I think Phil will make the right choice at the end. He needs time, and give him.
No, he has a lot of responsibilities, and he has to make a lot of sacrifices. And he gets really upset because I think he worries that other people aren't willing to make the same sacrifices. And that he feels like he has to make all of the sacrifices for the people that can't and won't make them.
Stratus is gonna look right at Anna and just like in a kind of hushed undertone. When did Bullbug become wise?
Well, Bug is always
says,
wise.
If it is wisdom you seek, my old friend, listen to this. If things go bad with Carpathos, try to catch him while he's asleep. Then he'll be an unaware-wolf.
That sounds like a really good idea.
Stratus
Does
looks
Astreus,
pained.
the god of death, crack a smile?
He looks like he's in physical pain, whether that's from trying to hide a smile or from just being subjected to this cruel version of vicious mockery.
All right, Anna
You'll never know.
pushes you with her wings. You're not so different. You haven't changed as much as you think you have. But I know you have responsibilities now.
We all do.
Thank you. Coming.
Of course. I'll always heed the call.
All right, and so you slice open the painting to release them.
Yes.
Okay. They vanish through the painting, leaving you alone in this incredible magical prison, painted and crafted for one of your own order as a betrayal of his trust.
I'll take a moment to like reflect in the moonlight before starting to make my way back. It strikes me as so very edgelord, being able to stand on top of one of those towers, silhouetted by the moon.
He didn't paint his own prison that he didn't design. The painters assumed that that's what he would like, probably.
They knew him well.
You imagine that it was an attempt to
Be a merciful prison, but ultimately, a timeless prison is still a pretty shitty way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Canonically, that's how petrification works in in our games at least, is that you are somewhat aware of your surroundings and the time is passing, but can do nothing about it. So yeah. All right.
That's when the insanity sits in.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, we had discussed last week that each of you was going to prepare a training montage for tonight's session of what you did to learn what it takes to master power beyond the ken of mere mortals. Carpathos has done it by absorbing the caduceus into himself. If you look at the level 20 boons document and you go down to boon of artifact affinity, it actually explains to you mechanically just how he was able to do that. And so it's right below that really powerful feat that I won't even say the name of, but yeah. So each of you is going to kind of walk me through that, but those of you who have sparks, here is the takeaway, and this may change what your training montage was like. So you have to train you Carpathos in the ways of divinity, the divine, religion, history, things like that. As far as the arcane goes, Malzeno is going to be your instructor in the arts of the arcane. And then, obviously, combat, but not nearly as much as Jacenna, the Lady of Blood, who is a rogue barbarian. And we all know rogue barbarian, pretty sick multi-class. Add in vampire, and you're good to go. So you kind of have that's your teaching staff going into this curriculum. All right. Divine sparks. They need to be fed. If you have more than one, it is more difficult. Just like having more than one puppers, more than one child, or God forbid, more than one main Pokemon, right? So you got to make sure that you are taking care of all of them and that they are all in balance. If you only have one Divine Spark, it's going to be a lot easier because you don't have to divide up your resources as much. But the Sparks will compete with each other for you, their host. If you have too many, they can become impossible to manage, and you can start to lose all sense of self and purpose and direction and go insane. Fortunately, that's never happened in this campaign setting to anyone. But if somebody were to have too many divine sparks, maybe they bamboozled and stole and killed and gathered too many sparks, that would probably inevitably lead to their complete mental and spiritual collapse. All right. So you need to do things that would propagate the belief in and the concept of your spark. You need to perform epic, capital E, deeds, capital D, thematic to your spark. Some examples would include, if you had the domain of war, starting a war. That would be great. If you had the domain of Tempest, landing the killing blow on a CR 20 plus creature using thunder or lightning with lots of witnesses and bards around to see it, that would be an epic deed, and so on and so forth. If your domain doesn't like a particular type of creature, killing like 100 or more of them in one encounter, that would be a pretty epic deed. People would like that. Things like that. Things that would be related to your particular spark or domain. Let's see. Maintain a 20 plus fame at all times. So throughout the game, you guys have heard me say they make a fame check to see if they recognize you or know you. And each of you has a fame level, essentially. Some are higher than others. your spark / domain wants you to be well known because you are it and it is you. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your fame maxed out all the time. This includes public appearances, doing dope epic deeds in front of people, having bards tell the story and sing the songs, plays, making huge charitable donations to people and places and things, showing up for big public events, starting and winning wars, and so on and so forth. If you have enough fame, people will start building temples to you. They'll start having cults to you. They will basically just give you things if you ask for them, like minor magical items and gold and things like that. And once you get to the upper echelons, that is when rival gods will start plotting to poach your followers and powers and try to take you out and steal your stuff. And then if you get all the way to 20, you are known throughout the world and also the multiverse, which is one of the key ingredients to true divinity, is having a 20 fame. So it's almost like in Disney's Hercules when Philocletes was explaining that it's not just about being a hero, it's about being a known quantity. It's about being a product. Sadly, that's very important. As all the different Jesus Christs could tell you, as they compete against each other for followers. Sacrifices are good. This is the order of nourishment that they provide. Legendary sentient humanoids sacrificed in your name provide the most nourishment. It's also worth mentioning that willing sacrifices are worth more than unwilling. So if you could convince a legendary sentient humanoid to kill itself for you, to sacrifice itself, to end its existence for you, that would be the highest thing you could get. The second highest thing you could get is sentient humanoid children. Because for humanoids, children are one of the most precious things, and so it's more valuable to them. See the Bible, particularly the Old Testament, and a lot of mythology for more information. Sentient humanoid adults, always nice. After that is legendary monsters, followed by legendary beasts. Legendary monsters is anything that would not be a beast category, essentially. Followed by rare monsters, followed by rare beast, followed by normal beast. And then you also want petitioners, so, followers who worship you. You want temples, shrines, and if you could fund it, crusades wouldn't be a bad idea. Going out into the world, making people know who you are, and in lands that might not know who you are. Going to those non-religious places, like some of the Indigo Islands, Scorpion Island, punching those people's teeth in, showing them what God's all about. So, if you're feeding your sparks and taking care of yourselves, you shouldn't continue to decay, which is good. But if you like decaying, you will learn an ability called Will of the Gods. You can impact and influence the world to reflect the values of your spark. Each time you do, you lose something to fuel the power of the spark. What you lose is commensurate with the godly act you are performing. See also Fullmetal Alchemist. Often, sparks will destroy and diminish aspects of yourself that they deem unimportant. Abuse of this ability is a fast track to losing yourself to the spark. For example, Phil's spark doesn't think that intelligence and wisdom is important, and Hypatia's spark doesn't think that strength and dexterity is important. So those are things that would definitely get rid of first. And then it could just get worse from there. All right. Once you have mastered all of these things, and you attain essentially the beginning of godhood, you will unlock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boons. They are set in stone, and they are in addition to the boons already granted by your spark. But they're kind of the introduction to godhood suite of boons. Now, those of you who did not decide to go down the path of divinity, you have something that they don't. That's called freedom. So you're able to choose any one boon that you want off of the level 20 boon. It doesn't seem very fair that they get like 7 and you only get 1, but you do get to pick any one you want, and also you're not enslaved by your power. So I don't know if you could put a price on that. All right, so that's sort of the info dump that you would learn during that time. Any questions?
It's all now. If somebody gets to 20 and does not have a spark, but then gets a spark later, do they lose the one they picked and just superseded by the other?
So that's a great question. So there are other milestones in the game, and basically you guys are going to hit 20 this session. And then if you would have hit another milestone, I'm not running it that you can get to like 21, and I'm not running it that you could just take levels in another class or any of that bullshit. You would just be able to choose another boon off of the level 20 boon chart, essentially, or table. But if you did take on a spark, the spark would basically burn away one of your boons to make room for itself, because it would have its own special abilities, and if you attained godhood, it would then give you those 7, god boons, essentially. So how do you actually get divinity, right? You've got a spark. That's one of the things. You got to be level 20. That's one of the things. And you got to have 20 fame. Those are the 3 things you need. Level 20, 20 fame, must have a divine spark.
Is the fame number an ambiguous number, or will we ever come to know what it is so we can temper it?
Oh, none of you are at 20 fame yet. Here. This is straight from the Odyssey of the Dragonlords adventure. It may or may not post, although I'll just post it into Discord. But it just straight up says, these are the requirements to ascend to godhood. Oh, there it goes. Took a little while. All right, but yeah, if you'd like to know exactly where you're at on the fameometer, I can definitely tell you. All right, Cyrus, on the fameometer, you are now at 17. Apparently, starting your own city for displaced monsters and disenfranchised peoples who had no place of their own was a pretty big deal. And being very active in that community and all of that, having a huge like Mount Rushmore style statue made of your beloved. Yeah, I mean, so you're at 17 out of 20 already. Let's see, Hypatia, you actually went way down because you removed yourself from the world. So you are currently at a 14.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see. This is what the adventure says about 14. At this level of fame, the mortal world has placed you on a pedestal. You dread disappointing your fans. They don't know you very well. Backing down from any sort of challenge or quest may cause you to lose up to 6 points of fame. I guess I should just we've never actually talked about fame because I never wanted it to be like a huge motivator for you guys. I wanted you to just kind of like live your lives. But I'll walk you through it real quick. And then you'll have a better idea when I call out the numbers. So at Fame 1, your name is known in local taverns to the region where you performed your first great deeds. So basically east of Astoria in the Heartlands area. Yeah. Level 2, local tavern patrons treat you to free drinks and challenge you to arm wrestle so that they can brag to their friends. I mean, you guys have seen that in the downtime at the Great Games, you know, the carousing in between games and, you know, people recognizing you guys and all that. 3 several songs have been composed about your exploits, like Stuck in a Butt. Most of them are satirical in nature, like Stuck in a Butt, embellishing your exploits for comedic effect. When you visit smaller settlements, the locals would greet you with food, wine, and gifts. When you visit a smaller settlement, this is rank 4. The DM can roll on the trinket table to determine the gift that you received. You guys got a bunch of gifts when you left in the Ultros, if you recall, after the Great Games. You guys kind of set out into the world. Rank 5, smaller settlements throughout the countryside hold festivals to celebrate your name. You have free lodging in smaller settlements, and you have advantage on persuasion checks during festivals. So you've seen this to a certain extent. There's not a lot of settlements really in the world, but like Fire Island, for example, they're always happy to have you guys there. A lot of the places in the Indigo Islands, like they would never charge you guys to stay. You guys were able to stay with the Indigo Elves for free, etc., etc., etc. Rank 6, tales of your great deeds have spread to the cities, and your presence draws many curious onlookers. You have free food, drink, and lodging in Astoria and Mitros, which obviously you guys stay at the palace in both of those cities. 7, bards now frequently approach you, asking you to tell the real story of your exploits. And then songs are sung about you and your deeds. Alright, each of you should either type into Discord chat or, I would just type it into Discord chat. What is the number 1 story that you wish the people knew about? And I will make sure that that is your signature story. For example, you may have heard about Bullbug fighting the Picklesaurus. If you have a similar story, that would be like your iconic story. Alright, and then in 8, you are lionized as the tragic hero of dramatic plays that are regularly performed in the amphitheaters of Astoria and Mitros. When you attend such a play, the audience demands that you stand and bow for several rounds of applause afterwards. Yeah, I mean, you guys saw this as players in Astoria when they did the play about Pythor and things like that. Essentially, they would have plays about you guys. Similar to the scenes from the Thor movies, where they did like, you know, Matt Damon and was in them and did like the plays about Thor and Loki and Odin and all that. There would be plays about you guys. That's been happening for years. 9, when you bow for the audience at the end of a play, you are showered with D100 silver coins. I felt like you guys would have been insulted if I had them do that, so I just never brought that up. Like D100 Lepta is not, you know, it's, yeah. Anyways, 10, your presence draws so much business that taverns everywhere compete to offer you free food, drink, and lodging. You never pay for these things unless you travel in disguise. Again, you've been staying at the palaces in the 2 major cities in the world. No sweat, the leaders of different communities when you visit them. I think the only people that have even tried to get money out of you guys were the Indigo Dwarves. Everybody else just kind of like says, you're our honored guest, including Aresia. 11, you are recognized in large crowds of people. If you move through a crowded area without moving stealthily, 25% chance you will be mobbed by admirers for 1 hour. This was in effect when you were in Themis, right? Everybody had to be disguised, or at least the men had to be disguised, because if you were identified, they would have known you guys immediately for who you were and all of that stuff. 12 is idolized statues of you have been placed in public squares in Mitros and Astoria. Visitors leave fruit, flour, fragrant oils, and other trinkets at the feet of your statues each day. Okay. Let's see. 13, once per day, when you make a public appearance in Mitros or Astoria, you receive a small gift. So, yeah, it's kind of nice. 14, at this level of fame, the mortal world has placed you on a pedestal. We already read that one. 15, 3 shrines have been constructed in locations of your choice across Thylea. So you can type those into Discord chat as well, about where your shrines are located. Each shrine is tended by a faithful priest, as well as a bard who sings of your exploits. At 16, each of your shrines now features a golden statue of you, and has 7 cultists. Oh my. When you are
Sacrifices are regularly made.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
When you are near one of your shrines, you may summon these cultists to your side. Please don't. They're like CR half. Please don't summon these people to your side. That would be a terrible thing to do to them. 17, your shrines are now thronged by pilgrims who bring all manner of offerings to lay at the feet of your statue. Each shrine... Now, Hypatia, I don't want you to get jealous, but each shrine earns you 50 drachmae per day. If you want to go pick that up. I mean, it's been some of you, it's been 7 years. I mean, it's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. 18. The largest of your shrines is now an actual temple. It is tended by 7 priests and 70 acolytes. And you can earn 500 gold per day if you want from it. Yeah, and when you visit your temple, you can power yourself up with a charm of your choice. Charms are like really shitty boons. 19. Rival gods now plot against you, sending terrifying creatures to destroy you and your loved ones before your fame can overshadow theirs. Until you prove that you deserve true immortality, you will get very little sleep. So that sounds fun. 20. Your name is now etched into the fabric of the multiverse, granting you something akin to immortality. With the proper rituals, you could even ascend to godhood. Alright, so that kind of gives you a sense of where you're at. So Hypatia, you at 14, Cyrus is at 17, Anastasia, you are at 18.
That sounds like probably the best one to be, so the gods don't send people to kill
well, right, yeah, you're deliberately trying to keep your fame low. Like, when it gets real bad, you go out in public and you say stuff like, you know, maybe sweatshops with children workers, maybe not a bad idea. You know, just to kind of, like, simmer people down a little bit and try to make sure you don't go all the way up to 19. Alright, Phil. Phil, you're definitely around, 16. Because you've got, you know, like, definitely golden statues of you in places and things like that. There's definitely cultists of Philippocles, for sure.
The Iron Church, they call it.
Reset, you left your people, and but you were still, you know, celebrated amongst the Aresians and also the people of Mitros. But, you know, you kind of disappeared. For 7 years. So similar to Hypatia, you were down at 14. And Astraeus, 100 audience members were polled who their favorite NPC was, and it was Astraeus Rade. You, obviously, are at a 19. You're at 19. Rival gods do plot against you constantly. It's one of the many things that you have to deal with all the time. In fact, your wife was endangered just the other day.
My wife. That's my wife.
So, I didn't miss anybody, right? That's everybody? Everybody's covered on the Fame-O-meter? Alright, and so that was a hidden mechanic that's been in play the whole game. And what I would do is when I said I'm rolling a fame check, I would roll d20, and if it was your fame or lower, then they recognized you. So that's what those fame checks were this whole time.
Nice. Well, definitely good to know.
I thought it would be nicer to just sort of have it be organic in the background than have it be like a mechanical thing. Do you know what I mean? But now you're a high enough in level that you kind of need to know how everything's working. So,
Is there like a picture?
Oh, like a
or
chart?
table?
Yeah. Hold on. It's on page 306 of this chonk-ass book. Oh, here we go. I'll post that into chat as well. I guess I should put it under resources. Here you go. Fame chart. Alright, now, I know that you guys have been hustling because I had another table that said, when this many days pass, this happens to Phil and Hypatia, and when this many days pass, this happens to Hypatia. But with the conclusion of this training, you guys should be able to better understand your sparks, decide whether or not you want to keep them and you want to tend to them, and then we can sort of like slow things down for a little bit as you kind of set these things up in the world to kind of like care for yourselves, a little self-care, you know what I mean? Now that you have a better sense of what's going on. And now Katya was giving you similar information, but she was not as transparent with you, you guys, as Karpathos is being. Okay. Any other questions?
I think I'm good for now.
Okay, then I will put on the training music, and then whoever wants to go first can let us know what their training montage looks like with their 3 instructors and their course material and their goals explained ahead of time. All right, who's up first?
I can go.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be much lighter than the Hypatia and Phil ones.
Okay.
Mostly because Rosette's not aiming for godhood; she's just kind of there to train.
Mm-hmm.
And should I just say like what I'm aiming for first?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was looking through the chart today, and there's one that actually fits exactly how I imagined her training to be, and also fits her epic path. So I'm gonna take the boon of prodigy.
Oh, proficiency in every skill, every tool, and every language.
20 squares.
No
So-
one can match you in 20
Oh my
squares
God.
ever.
It should just be the boon of 20 squares.
Well, the way it works is the way I imagined her nightmare training situation is basically for the entirety of the 4 years, she had to do exactly what Hypatia loves to do the most. Literally just sit there and read, and could not do anything else. She was not allowed to play 20 squares. She could not do regular training. It was just sitting, reading, and doing tests at a table. And at first, it was driving her insane. It relied on a lot of mental fortitude. She had to roll a lot of saving throws, which luckily she's strong at, and basically she endured picking up knowledge in basically every subject, just reading Hypatia's books and stuff, and simply also because of the fact that she is on the path of the gifted one. She never knew she had the capability to kind of know these things, because she's never really took interest or tried. But in this situation, she was basically forced to go through all of these different skills that she's never practiced or worked with before, and over time, it just became ingrained in her soul.
Beautiful. All right, Rosette, you have reached level 20 and now have the boon of the prodigy.
Just put a check mark on all of these.
So as a monk, you have all saving throws, all skills,
Yes.
all languages, all tools.
They say monk is bad.
All right. Who's next?
I will go next.
All right.
All right. So for Hypatia, at the beginning of the just the history and all the lectures, it's basically like Hermione in Snape's potions classes, like just obnoxious hand raising all the time. And when finally Karpathos gets fed up with this, he has Jacenna and Malzenos make a a terrible dungeon for Hypatia, and it's basically full of like it's not a it's all like in the mind. It's like made of dreams or whatever, but it's essentially full of horrific nightmare things, but you have to get out of it using logic puzzles. It's all logic puzzles.
Oh man.
Yeah. So ultimately Hypatia works her way through that. And I would have Zamrock take notes of things, essentially that I'm doing, essentially for posterity, but also eventually I'll use that for fame purposes. And then finally, once I get out of that dungeon, which probably would have taken years, at least some of those years, then Carpathos will instruct me on feeding the spark, and I will sit and meditate on wisdom and what that means, and denying the physicality. And so for years I will just sit and meditate, not doing any physical activity or eating or anything like that, and eventually I'll kind of turn into shriveled olive man from Aresia.
Oh God!
And,
all right.
Yeah. At the very end of it, just sort of collapse into dust and blow away. But it wasn't real. It was all in my head. Very edgelord. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations! You have reached level 20, and you are now primed to ascend to godhood. You believe that when you return to the normal time stream, that you will have what it takes to hold on to yourself as the hungering spark of wisdom seeks to devour your mortal essence.
Okay.
But you do know that the road ahead, going from 14 to 20, I mean, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work.
7 years of scholarly papers are about to get dumped on the academy.
Fair enough. All right. Who's up next?
I'll go next, I guess.
All right.
So, Cyrus has taken this time to train, to actually train himself in the art of the hunt.
Okay.
Training with when he can convince the king, the Wolf Lord, to accompany him. But mostly with the dragon. My screen keeps zooming out for some reason, like it keeps jumping over outside of it.
Oh. It might just be trying to load and stay connected and stuff. Don't let it distract you. Don't let the technology boss you around.
But essentially going around and becoming the apex predator of the enchanted woods around here. Learning to hunt, track, and bypass, the defenses of every creature of these supernatural woods.
So, what is the boon that you are seeking?
And we will go with the boon of irresistible offense. You can bypass the damage resistance of any creature.
Ooh. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Fantastic. All right, congratulations. As you complete your training, you are level 20, and you gain the boon.
He's actually have 4 attacks. Holy moly.
That fighter life. Fighter life. Oh, did you also want to upgrade your token? You had discussed doing that.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I have that for you.
Hunting in these supernatural woods.
All right, hold on a sec. Okay. I'm gonna throw it into your, because you got wild card. I'll throw it into the folder. There we go. And I'll drag out a fresh token for you, and should be able to swap to it. Let's see. Is it allowing you? Yeah. All right, hold on. Ooh. Oh, okay. Hold on. I broke it. Still new to this Foundry stuff. All right, here we go. And try again. Bloop. There you go. All right. Nice. All right. So yeah, as a result of your training, you definitely take on more feral and monstrous features than what you had before, and most of the humanoid features of Cyrus kind of fade as more and more of those monstrous and bestial traits come to the forefront. During this time, you do see Carpathos wolf out a couple of times. There are a few heated arguments. There is a point where Cyrus and Carpathos are out hunting, and you encounter essentially an eldritch horror from the shadowy parts of the Nyx. That this being a demiplane, it is adrift in the Nyx, and occasionally such nightmares make their way in to the painting and become trapped there. And then, enraged by their imprisonment, they begin to kill and destroy everything around them. So he did wolf out at one point, which was pretty cool. But he was very ashamed of it afterwards. So. All right. Bill, what's your training sequence looking like?
All right, so yeah, Phil, he doesn't require to eat, drink, or breathe. He does, however, require sleep, but he pushes that to the absolute limit, pushing through exhaustion as much as possible until it overtakes him, which I calculate to be about 24 days, maybe a bit more. He's on a very strict regimen. Training 12 hours a day, just dueling Jacenna. For the first year, he takes a while for him to get the best of her, and after finally doing so, they begin with his arm tied behind his back, and then another year, and he rips his arm off and fights through the pain while fighting her until eventually he overcomes her with just his head.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
When he's not training with Jacenna, he's under the counsel of Carpathos for about 6 hours a day, learning of waging wars, stealing his ideals, hardening them, and learning of diplomacy and how to utilize allies. A few hours of the day are dedicated to the dragon, where the dragon casts spells that would hinder his ability to do battle, like suggestion, hold a person, dominate person, and he goes through these daily until he's able to resist them. And then a couple hours a day. It would take a while, but we are here a long time. It may be a year and a half, but he'll start spending a couple hours with Astraeus, renewing their friendship and bond.
Oh, damn.
Astraeus is very open to that.
Astraeus, during this time, do you stand by and simply watch and observe, trusting that the Nether Seas will be all right in your absence, and that the magic of this place truly is timeless?
Yeah, so before Phil's eventual outreach to Astraeus, basically in the background of all all of your guys' montages, Astraeus is just like leaning up against a column or a wall, looking bored. Like, if they had the modern wrist sundial, he'd be checking it periodically. But yeah, when Phil kind of starts reaching out to Astraeus, that's something that Astraeus would be open to. He'd be very much kind of warring with his own internal like sense of duty and trying to remain as neutral and emotionless as possible, but in this group that's like near impossible for him. And spending this much time in their midst trying to be apart from them would
what you would also find is that your own divine spark has no constant hunger here because of this timelessness. So there isn't that pull anymore. There isn't that push to perform, to grow, to influence, to display your power and secure your power. So there's, after a while, there is sort of this peace almost that kind of would fall over you.
Yeah, that would actually... It would be very weird to him to think that in this place, this is the closest he's felt to solace since, like, before arriving on the shores of Thylea. Yeah. And, so yeah, when Phil approaches him, Astraeus is very much in a mindset to re-engage in that friendship and to try and see if, what progress they can make together over the seemingly feeling of years that are passing in this place.
All right. So, at this point, you guys would have essentially completed the perceived passage of time here and feel better equipped to deal with this burden that you have taken on, this responsibility. And it is also during this time where a lot of the lectures and discussions are about artifacts of power throughout the history of many worlds. And so you guys would hear about like Black Razor and like the One Ring and stuff like this, because Astraeus and the Dragonlords, they were planeswalkers, so they were always going to different places and stuff like that. And so you basically hear over and over and over again this recurring story of power corrupting, power consuming, power defining, and that many in power become envious of those who live a simple life, because the burden will often become so great that they are always fighting, either to maintain or to protect or to survive, and that the average Joe,
Did I tell them the story about our kobold sorcerer? He was a bit of a prankster, goofy, had a weird way of talking.
Mm-hmm.
But he ended up staying behind in that world where the artifact was this, like, a sword made out of, like, light. A lightsaber, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think his name was Yoda. I don't know. Can't remember.
Mm-hmm. But was he consumed by his power? I feel like... I mean, I guess he turned to a Force Ghost, so it's kind of consumed by his power. But yeah, basically, you guys receive all of these sort of, like, stories and histories of different worlds and different planes and different heroes that have consistently fallen to their own power. And Jacenna, who was obsessed with the world of Thylea and its history, she kind of fills in some of the gaps that you guys might have had, or simply confirms a lot of what Hypatia has already learned about the children of Thylea and Kentimane, and how their own power, their inborn power, became a great burden for them. The burden of creation, the the burden of power, always seeking more, never being satisfied with what you have, and the reliance on that power, and how impactful the loss of that power became for these individuals, and how they lost what they had as a family because it became less about being a family and more about power, and just that constant cautioning of balance and restraint and understanding that this is not a gift, this is not a prize, like this is a burden and a responsibility, and if you don't treat it with care and caution, you will lose yourself to it. So, yeah, just to keep all that in mind. In fact, in the section about godhood, it says, let's see. Yes, if a hero succumbs completely to their domain, they become a NPC under the DM's control and are no longer playable. So yeah, keep that in mind. That is always kind of lingering in the background, because essentially you lose too much of yourself, you're as good as dead. All right. So, with all of the training and the learning and the lessons complete, I guess the day of graduation has arrived. Malzeno is excited. They have packed all of their things into their haversack of holding. They are ready to go out into the world and once again bask in the light of the true moon, Fengari, and fly through the real skies of Thylea. Everyone is very happy and joyful and thankful for what is to come. Does anybody have anything to say here at this final dinner?
Well, I would invite them to come to a nice area.
Okay.
Just due to how they look now, they might not be well received.
Well, their first order of business is to check in on the state of Aresia. But from what they understand, there is nothing for them to gain vengeance against, because Narcissus and Queen Helen are both dead. Otherwise, they were going to go on a rampage and kill Aristanar and Helen. But since they don't need to do that anymore, they're just going to check in, see how things are going, and then try to find a place for themselves in the world. And if the world has no place for them, they will find a way to leave.
As
Yeah.
they communicate that plan, Estrays is like nodding in satisfaction.
Okay.
Phil will kind of say, I know when we begun this, you thought me just a power-hungry child. But I hope these last 4 years have shown you that I don't do this for myself. But these shoulders are the only shoulders I can trust to carry this burden that's been put upon me.
Your three teachers all nod, and Carpathos says, I understand. You are wise enough to be afraid of your own power, and to know how dangerous it would be in the hands of another. What you lacked was knowledge, guidance, training. You spent too long suffering in silence. Hypatia hidden away with her grief, and you too stubborn to seek any assistance. You were nearly lost to us, consumed by your uncontrolled sparks. If Aristonar was truly an ally, he would have seen that and helped you at once, not held a solution out in front of you like a carrot on a stick.
Yes. Well, I am very grateful that you gave us a chance.
I am grateful that you were able to stay your anger and hear us out. Good and evil. Some think it is easy to define such things, but it is always more complicated. Always. We three have walked in darkness and will continue to do so. But our aims are good.
I do believe that.
There are plenty who dwell in the light, but have hearts of purest evil. You would be wise to remember that.
Everyone sees Phil pull out a piece of paper, and you watch him take the very first note he's ever taken in the whole campaign.
There's a tear coming down the side of my face, but I'm going to roll a stealth check
Okay.
now that I'm proficient in it to wipe it away.
Oh man.
Oh my god, imagine if you were a rogue. My goodness.
No one sees it.
Perfect.
Well, no one in the party. Let me check the NPCs. Let's see. Oh, I mean, sure. No one sees it. You're good. All right. Chandra says, it is a pity we couldn't use something like this painting as a means to grow in strength and power beyond our wildest imagination. Then we could return to the world and just crush any who would threaten or destroy the world. It would be such a simple thing. But then, if we could use such a weapon, others would as well. I suppose it is balanced that way.
It'd definitely be a very dangerously tempting thing.
True. I could see having access to this painting as a bit of a retreat, a temple of meditation, being incredibly dangerous. An individual might retreat from the world here and lose track of time. Sure, it's a timeless world, and who knows how long they've actually been gone. But for these three, time has moved on. Time has passed. Hundreds of years. Perhaps for a time the three of you let go of your sense of time, and that is why it passed. I don't know. I would love to study it further, but there are more important things to do.
I just realized something. What if it is a time paradox, and as soon as they leave, they go back into when they first entered the picture?
Oh, Cyrus, wow, that's ooh, that
I'm gonna-
ooh.
I'm gonna look right at Hypatia to see if she has an opinion on the matter.
I'm just gonna glare. We don't want this unpleasantness in that campaign.
Zamrock says, and motions to Astraeus, and you all understand that he's saying, but Astraeus is the warden. He would become the anchor in time. And Hypatia immediately makes sense to you, and Chandras. The others, I don't know.
Don't.
Oh, wait, sorry.
What kind of roll do I need to make?
Give me an Arcana check real quick.
Okay.
Oof. Despite all of your training, this one is still a little advanced.
I would like to
no.
pretend. I would like to pretend that I know.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, you got monk powers, don't you? That reroll ones or some shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do.
All right, you want to go hard for it? All right.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
Oh, never mind. You completely understand the relevance of time anchors. Essentially, as the warden of this pocket dimension, Astraeus becomes the binding point in the timeline in the multiverse for the people contained within. So, if the painting had been moved to another world or another plane of existence, and Astraeus opened it there, they would exit into the same place in the same time that Astraeus exited into.
As described in Hypatia's 53rd volume about time paradoxes.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good read. Okay. So, meal concluded. Carpathos says, well, lead the way. I would walk the lands of Thylea once again.
Does anyone remember what time of day it was that we walked in here, and were there any windows open?
I know the answer, but Hypatia should answer.
I believe it was the
It's
afternoon
morning.
time. Yeah, it was.
I thought it was pretty early.
Yeah. Oh, right. You guys were it was in the middle of the night, I believe, right? Because you were doing a secret run, like mission at night to sneak into his temple, or no? I mean, the calendar says it's 3:00 in the afternoon. So
I think it was just like brazenly in the afternoon. We're just like, yeah, we're here.
oh, dang, ballsy. All right. Okay. So I will collect you guys up, and I'll take we'll go back to see how what Anastasia got up to.
The good news is it does lead to Emo Edgelord's room, so chances are the windows are all blacked out anyway.
True.
That's good. Anna, can you explain what you were doing in the last 0.75 seconds?
It's a little more complicated than that. we have a whole scene planned. Jeez. I mean, not planned, but like I have a note here.
Don't forget Anna.
All right, let's see. Everybody's shrinking down to their normal non WoW boss raid size. All right.
Heroes that slept for 4 years in the corner.
All right. So, let's see. Back in Aresia. Let's change the music out here. Let's see. It would be Bullbug. You're not here. You're here. Not here. Not here. Not here. You're here. Not here.
Why
not
didn't
here,
I take
not
that
here.
spell before? Look at that.
All right.
Jesus.
And let's see. Let's grab some music real quick. Okay. So All right. Anna, you, Bullbug, and Kyra exit the painting, and you are back in the Shadow Master's room. The Shadow Master. Let's see. There we go. The Shadow Master's just chilling, and they look over at you, and they smile, and
Are they
well,
wearing a mask?
yeah, hold on, they gotta take their mask
Okay.
off. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. So the Shadow Master, she removes her mask as she sees you come out of the painting, and she says, that was quick. Where are your allies?
They'll be just a minute, and then we'll be out of your hair. You may never see us again.
Oh, I doubt I will never see you again. You are the movers and shakers of our world. I knew from the moment you came into my inn that you were destined for greatness. I tried then to see if you were ready to help us. But you had your own affairs. The time was not yet right. Would very much have liked to had you on our side when we fought for our freedom, but again you had your own battles to fight. You defeated Zakroth and his forces, saved our city. For that, I will always be grateful. I have to ask you, Queen of the Indigo Isles, do you count the new Aresia as friend or foe? Knowing that we are loyal to Lutheria.
She thinks hard. We don't know what the future holds. We never seem to. Our fate always seems to change in but a moment's notice. I'd like to think that there is some way that could be possible. But we know Thylea plots something. And though she may not mean to, it may be, could be the end of us all. But does she mean to do so? I don't know. I don't think even she knows.
But hear me out. What if she doesn't? What if she has left us to go on her own adventure? What if she has gone to fight for something that she could not fight for before? The burdens of her own duties held her back, but now, perhaps, in her absence, she is pursuing what needs to be done. We Aresians are no stranger to standing on our own, unempowered by the gods. Narcissus was weak and selfish, and our only deity. But those who worked in the shadows, we did receive blessings and guidance from Lutheria whenever we asked. But the Aresian way is always to find strength within oneself. She is gone, but not forgotten. And with her absence, we are not diminished.
And in that way, I'm happy for you.
Oh, the painting seems to be moving again. And before the painting barfs out all of your allies, Anastasia, you realize that you have reached level 20. What level 20 boon are you selecting?
I couldn't decide. I'll just.
You couldn't decide, so you just don't want one?
Maybe.
Kyra says, what about boon of divine size?
Well, I was.
That I'm
It was a question
if
because
if you can't pick, I mean, she like pulls out the trifold brochure.
Well, see, I don't know fully how dragons works. The only ones I thought were kind of cool, maybe immortality, but that would only be so I could be with Kyra forever. But
She's like, you should definitely take that one if you can't decide, because yeah, I'm living forever. So
that was the question I was gonna have to ask you.
oh yeah, no, that's fine. Look at how they labeled this one, boon of invincibility. My ass, that's just a half orc racial.
Who's this Crash?
Oh, we don't want to
It
don't get
seems-
started on
It seems
that.
like he was pretty tormented by this.
Maybe you should take that one just to upset him. I mean, that seems pretty good.
No, I could never do that to him.
I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah, I couldn't decide, so I'll maybe figure it out later. It's okay. I'm not too particular on any of them at the moment.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right, we will assume immortality for now, unless you really. Oh, then you give up your immortality for a useful one. Oh man, that would be heartbreaking. All right. Bulldog says,
Hey, wait a minute. Where did you get that brochure, Anna? How come I didn't get one?
Do you know what your fame level is at? I mean, you tell your stories all the time. It must be incredible.
I'm at like, I think it's 16.
That's
They
pretty
made
good.
they made this gold statue of me.
I think you're tied with Phil.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You're better than iPod.
wow, that's not hard. Hypodia could be kind of mean sometimes. Oh hey, hey, what's up, everybody? You came out to painting.
Oof. Fall out of the pain.
yeah, Jocasta squints and says, "Oh, so bright. Why is it so bright? Which one of you's doing that?"
War of Legend.
Oof.
Yeah, they don't need to be shadow masks anymore. They've already. Oh, well, they do now.
I am upside down.
You were upset.
I don't
I
know.
thought you were just like studying
go.
that way, like your whole 4 years, part of your training. You have all your,
I thought
you have all your snakes doing push-ups for you.
Yeah, I thought you were pretending to be the River Octopus. It was like River Octopus cosplay, you know?
Yeah.
Like. All right, well,
So you bring your muscle mass back.
Jocasta, head of the Senate, Shadow Master, and leader of Aresia, says, "So did you find everything that you needed?"
We did.
That is good.
Should we introduce you? Or have you seen the painting long enough?
Yeah. She looks past you guys to Carpathos, Malzeno, and Jacenna, Lady of Blood, and she a redhead, so there's no hiding it. There's a little bit of a blush. There's a little bit of blush going on, and she kind of adjusts her hair and says, "I haven't been formally introduced. I've looked at the painting a few times."
Well, I guess I'll say, this is Jocasta, the new Shadow Master of Aresia. This is Carpathos, the Wolf Lord. Jacenna, and Malzeno. And then I'll whisper to Carpathos, she's the one that killed, you know who.
Okay. Yeah, they approach, and he extends his hand and says, "It is a pleasure to meet you. I understand that you have created a senate of elected officials from all walks of life, and they all have a say in how the government is run. No longer will Queen Helen and her bloodline rule with an iron fist. And no longer will that false god make demands. People. And she makes a determined face and nods. And he says, that is all I've ever wanted for these people. You have nothing to fear from us. We never sought control of Aresia, and we never will. But we are here if you need us. And she says, well, I don't want to keep you from exploring the world outside. And Jacenna peers down the hallway, sees the sunlight. She says, we have a few hours. And then Jocasta says, then we have much to discuss. Please, make yourselves comfortable. Right. Malzeno approaches Bullbug and says, I have responsibilities. It has been too long since I saw you, my friend. You are still so plump and juicy. Perhaps, when time permits, we can finally take that flight. And Bullbug just says, yeah, of course. Excellent. And Malzeno slithers back over for government and war talks. All right. Do you guys just hang out in the Shadow Master's room? Oh, okay. Reset, what's up?
Oh no, I'm just standing here.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you were approaching them to ask a question or something. So yeah, Jacenna looks to all of you, kind of breaking away from the conversation, and says, I am impressed with your growth and your determination. I hope you understand, after all that we've been through, that this is a world worth fighting for. I ask then, what would you do now?
I turn towards Anna.
Go to reclaim a piece of the world that was lost.
You speak of the Sirens' homeland, their great floating city cast down in a fit of rage by Sydon.
He nods. I nod.
I would love to see those ruins with my own eyes, but there is work to do. And Carpathos says, my love, we have been together for eternity, and then some. I could survive a time without you. If this is something that you wish to see and they're willing to have you, please, go. She looks at all of you.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I'll look to the others.
He is very capable.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy fighting alongside her.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, cool. She says, my B-team ability is called Blood Rain. I make it rain blood. It heals you guys and it deals necrotic damage to our enemies.
Cool. It's kind of like Cyrus's.
She says,
Rain.
I don't know how it would work in an underwater setting, though. Damn. Alright, I'll have to come up with something else for the underwater part.
Cyrus, you've changed. You all have. She can like see it in all their eyes. I hope it was worth it.
I feel better now.
Good.
More like myself.
Crash, do we still have the Sparks toll?
You
affecting our
technically,
saves?
the damage that has been dealt by the sparks has not been undone.
Okay. I
Yep.
mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not passing it anyways. It's just
Yeah.
curious.
You would have to actually achieve godhood to wipe that out. Because for now you are still running up that hill, pushing the rock up the hill.
But did we get our boons or still not yet?
Not yet. Those 7 boons are all bundled in the "You Made It" package. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So we have time
We've
to.
got a lot of work to do.
You have time to help me complete my task.
As
Well,
long
yeah.
We have all the
Okay,
time
great.
in the world for you.
She starts cheering up. All right.
Will you
I don't know.
have the Sirens think of our exploits as we do?
Pretty sure they already do.
Oh, that's a good idea. You getting all the sirens in one place in the world, then you tell them about the hype campaign, and then it's like they're doing all the work for us.
Well, assuming no siren will ever forget the chosen. Helping erase the city. That's
Kyra
works fine.
leads in and says, people forget.
No.
People forget, yeah. It happens.
Oh,
Hence why you have to immortalize them in song. People don't forget songs that easy. At least that's what Hypatia's book said.
let's
Oh,
get to the.
There is a rift in reality. It's full of like spooky skull particle effects and stuff. And you see a hideous entity wearing dark robes step through. And it looks around and it says, there you are. There is much that needs doing, Your Majesty. Astreus.
Take
You
this
have-
side.
Hmm.
And Astreus will like motion to the side of the painting that he's on, and he'll go to the other
Take
side.
this side.
Heavy lifting. But, sir.
Take the side
Don't drop it.
and assist me. And then he'll look at everyone and say, "I'm glad I was able to assist you."
All right, this dude snaps his fingers, and you see. He says, "Take the sides. Go do what he says. Take the sides."
And then I'll create a portal.
Okay.
Real quick, it's like a portal, but it's like horizontal, and it's just stairs. And they have to take it down the stairs.
Up.
Yeah, but it's not big enough. It's not big enough to.
Widen the
It's
portal.
like, yeah. No, and they're like turning it.
Turn it vertical.
Yeah. Try diagonal. Try turning it at you imbeciles. And hold on. Why didn't I think of this first?
You are
He
supposed to pivot.
No, it's fine. He casts reduce on it. There. Yeah, that's why I'm a high-ranking member of the bureaucracy. All right, let's go, everybody. And so with the painting in tow, the Ultraloss and the God of the Dead begin to depart. Do you have any parting words, Astreus Rade?
He'll stand amidst the chosen and just say, "I am watching, and if there's anything I can do to assist you, I shall. But I am limited in how I can affect this world." He'll turn and look directly at Phil and say, "But do not forget to call if I am needed."
I won't hesitate this time.
he'll make sure his bureaucrats are no longer in the room, and then he'll quickly give each of the chosen like a little bit of a hug before like rushing off through his portal.
When you get to Phil, he pick you up, and he puts you down.
When you get to reset, she'll whisper in your ear, "You're doing a great job. Just be ready, because I'm coming for you." And that badge.
He'll like kind of raise an eyebrow and just kind of nod.
I know you have one.
He doesn't know where it is. He's like, I should go find that.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing in that painting now? I gotta practice. All right. After like allowing himself the ability to kind of like feel some mirth and happiness as he like steps away, he like face all of a sudden goes cold again, and he just
Oh yeah,
nods.
right away you feel the bonds of duty and purpose taking hold.
Mhm. And then I will cut my band into the reality, and I will step through it.
Right. And so Astraeus vanishes. Okay. Jacenna embraces Carpathos, and as she goes to join you, he says, "My love, you almost forgot." And she turns to him, and he says, "It's been a long time since you needed these." And he hands her glasses of sun protection.
Savage had that.
Why do they look so stylish? Like legitimately look so good.
Some people just always look cool, Like, you hand me a baseball cap, I look like a hillbilly hobo. But you hand somebody like cool
Aviator
a
shades,
baseball
yeah.
cap, yeah, they just make it work. They just make it work. This is the character that everyone is forced to wear a school uniform, and her school uniform is just super hot. Just somehow it's just instantly is super hot. Everyone else, yeah.
Like everyone else looks the same, but
All right. So I'll take you guys back to the wider world. You can figure out what to do next.
Go kick some sea creature butt.
Nice.
Wait, there might be sirens down there.
Crash, I'm having a problem. My character sheet won't let me set my strength to 26.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it let me do my constitution, but not my strength.
Let's see. I was able to set it 26.
See,
It says-
it would
says
look
the
like
bonus
it's
is-
26, but
yeah.
the bonus doesn't change.
I wonder if you have any effects that are directly impacting your strength. Oh, I bet it's.
Oh, it might be the Spark of Valor.
Yeah. Yep. It's giving you a +2 to strength. All right. So, what was your strength before?
So it was a 20. The Spark made it a 22. Then it would go to 26 because level 20 Barbarian.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it just needs to be what 4 higher. So +6
Yep.
bonus. All right. Let's see. That should actually change it.
Awesome. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, right. I was gonna ask if I should use the new level 20 feet in the document that you posted.
Yeah. The new update to the world doc is for everybody. It's for everybody.
All right.
Which feat is that you're referring to?
Instead of recovering 4 key, I get half my total.
You wanted? Oh, there we go, Remy. We have a monk that can test that. There we go.
got a
All right.
playtester, level
All right.
19, level 20.
Yeah,
Really gonna feel it
please.
out.
We're set. Please become the first Crashgem Tabletop World Patch corrected monk.
Okay, I'll take a look at the other stuff too to see if there's
Okay.
anything else I need to update.
I mean, I'll run you through it real quick because it's pretty exciting. So, no stunning strike, but you already had that. Abundant Key, starting at 5th level, double your total key. Deflect Missiles works on any ranged attack, including magical and spell-based ranged attacks.
Thank you.
Improved Hit Dice now works, is now a D10, which you already had. Stillness of Mind. If your turn begins and you are charmed or frightened, you may spend 3 key points to end the effect immediately. Has
That's
no
good.
has no action economy.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah, it was poorly made. Additional saves, it doesn't matter for you, but starting at level 1, monks have Strength, Dex, and Wisdom. Patient Defense can be used as a bonus action or a reaction. Timeless Body, you have advantage to saving throws against the Slow spell, and the Haste spell never leaves you unable to move or take actions until after your next turn as the wave of lethargy sweeps over. So you never have side effects from Haste spell, and you have advantage to saving throws against Slow spell, in addition to what Timeless Body normally does. Perfect Self, when you roll initiative, if you have less than half of your total key, you recover enough key points to be at half your total key. Because being 3 is stupid. Key weapon. All monks may select one weapon to count as their key weapon. This weapon is treated as a monk weapon. You learn a ritual that creates a magical bond between yourself and one weapon. You perform the ritual over the course of 1 hour, which can be done during a short rest. The weapon must be within your reach throughout the ritual, at the conclusion of which you touch the weapon and forge the bond. If the weapon is lost before, you can perform the ritual on a new weapon. And yes, that means you could be a gun monk now. And then you already had access to these A5E options. It's only really the one option. You could have agile defense or brutal defense. So there you go. Monk upgrades. All right. So let me change out the music, I guess, while you guys make your final preparations.
So, how much health you guys got now?
Sitting at 244.
Okay. It's respectable.
I'm feeling like 176.
Damn. Okay.
Oh wow, I got 160. I got almost as much as Rosette.
Nice.
I have low con, so
I mean that is with my tough feat that I got last time. So
Pyra says, "Are we really doing this? Are we really whipping them out? Is that?
no, not you.
You sure?
Nobody wants to know.
You sure?
No,
Nobody
I mean,
wants to know.
say.
You sure? Because this is what I've been toting around since session 1, baby."
Oh my god! Oh. Does that say 999999 or does that say plot armor?
So how much points do you have?
Oh, just 345.
My goodness.
You
Wait,
keep
well,
trying.
hey, Phil.
Hey, nephew, you keep trying your best. You eat your vegetables someday.
I'll catch up someday.
Yeah.
Wait, Phil, you hang out with
Honestly,
me for a rest.
honestly, the other gods used to make fun of me because of how low my HP was. But
Oh.
don't worry, Phil. With your resistance and all the temporary hit points we can give you, you could probably take more hits than her.
Oh, you're probably right.
I was gonna say, yeah, my thing is now 15 health for you guys.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go, 360.
That's good.
wow, Bullbug stays real quiet. He thought he was doing all right, but now he's like he's kind of afraid to talk about it. So when he's not looking, Kyra flashes this at everybody.
Respectable.
It's respectable. She's trying his best.
PC, come on.
Yeah, he's trying his best. Just then it's like, this is ridiculous. Why are you guys doing that? Nobody really. It's not about how many hit points you have. It's just about how you use them. You know. Chandras blushes, and then Kyra looks at him and he says, Don't you do it. No. No. God, Kyra, do not.
I feel like we're all
Aw.
just flashing
my
our business
God.
cards right now.
He turns like a.
Why do you carry around this brittle pot?
He blushes
Brittle
real hard,
pot.
and he runs out of the room.
Yeah, he really shouldn't take any hits for you.
What was he
I
thinking?
told him not to. God.
Zamrock says, and that you know that means Chandras is a stalwart feminist, but sometimes traditional toxic male values take hold. He's very ashamed of his low hit points, but refused to take the tough feat or eat his vegetables.
Mm.
It is true. He eats mostly meat. Like, it doesn't eat. Yeah.
You should eat more cheesy potatoes. It's the type of vegetable that'll bulk you up.
That definitely bulks up your constitution score for sure. Alright. Jasen says if you really want hit points, blood's the best way to go. Alright, so everyone turns to you. It's AFK. Oh gosh.
I'm
Alright.
not AFK. I'm here. Why does it
okay.
say that? Oh.
On your MIDI over here.
Oh.
Okay. So they all turn to you, the NPCs and such, and they want to know what now? What's the play? We just go over there?
Yeah, they're all waiting.
Okay.
Hypatia, could you take us to the spires?
Yeah.
I think
we
that's
can-
where our
we can head
ship's
there.
waiting for us, I believe.
The airship and then all the boats and such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's head out.
Alright.
We just gotta figure out how to get to the bottom of the ocean. I have one idea. I need to call in a favor from a friend.
Now, did you guys do any research onto how you would survive at the bottom of the ocean? I know you've gone to the bottom of the ocean before to go to the Kraken's lair, but this is going to be perhaps a little bit deeper. This is actually going to be a bleed over area where, if you recall, that the world is a hockey puck. This is going to be where the ocean itself is a part of the hollow world. So it's going to be like a pocket of ocean within the hollow world. Which means that there's going to be some fucky magic stuff in certain places, no doubt.
Mhm.
No doubt. So did you have any plans or
Well,
strategies for that?
I had wanted to ask Asteros to maybe work on something that could
Okay.
keep us.
Dive suits?
Yeah.
Or oh, okay.
I mean, I don't. That's probably what he would come up with, but that's what I would ask him. You know.
So literally raw, that is actually what they suggest is dive suits.
Oh my gosh.
But I do feel that you guys are at a high enough power level where you're
Yeah.
maybe beyond dive suits, maybe a little bit.
I've read of a spell in Hypatia's books. I believe it's a level 1 spell that puts a bubble around your entire party.
Yeah.
That allows them to survive under the sea. I'm trying to find the name of it.
The
It's
spell is
terrible.
literally called bubble. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
What
need
if
to
someone
breathe.
pops the bubble?
That's
And-
bad.
Oh.
I'll just rely on my body.
Well, in the story that I read, they basically had an entire pirate crew go down there in this bubble, along with their ship, and I mean they were okay. They had a monkey that would drown the instant he touched water.
So sad.
Okay, Hypatia, you get ascending from Vulcan, and he says, hey, Steros and I both suddenly got a real exciting sort of palpitation in our hearts. It sounded like somebody wanted something crazy done to the airship, like turning it into a submarine. Am I off base here?
No, we definitely want you to do that.
Oh, alright, I'm gonna need 2 days. Can you hold tight for 2 more days? I'll make it a submarine for you.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Alright.
Time. And then he hangs up.
Does he need anything specific to do that?
Now, I know you guys always go to bat for me, but in prep chat today, during the prep session, chat accused me of not keeping track of our spell slots or our word count for sending spells. And I've never
I've kept count of spell slots for
Look.
sending.
I've never felt more attacked in my life. You know,
I thought it was
like
called cell phone.
spell phone, right? Exactly, spell phone. All right, so here's the underwater rules, so that we're all familiar with them, because this is an underwater arc, and underwater in 5e seems to be a real son of a bitch. So, I'll share the document. You know it's an oldie because it's got a white background. So I guess Remy, sorry about your eyeballs. Here you go. All right, let's see. Swimming, we all know how to swim. Stealth and detection underwater, invisibility underwater. You thought it was bad on the surface? Ha! Falling and diving into water, underwater combat, drowning. Very deep water. Very deep water is generally pitch black, requiring dark vision or other exceptional senses to navigate unless a light source is provided. In addition, in deep water, the pressure of the water can impact travel. A creature traveling at a depth greater than 100 feet but less than 200 feet treats every 2 hours of travel as if suffering from a forced march. A creature traveling at a depth greater than 200 feet treats every hour of travel as if suffering from a forced march. That's where, you make the con saves against exhaustion and all that stuff. The bends. If a creature is more than 100 feet below the surface and ascends more than 100 feet in 1 minute, gas bubbles develop in their bloodstream from rapid depressurization. I know that sounds a lot like science, but we'll allow it. The creature must make a Constitution saving throw at the end of that minute, and the DC is 10 plus 1 for every 10 feet it moved past 100 feet in 1 minute. Jesus Christ, how fast are you coming out of the ocean? On a failure, the creature suffers 1 level exhaustion, blah, blah, blah. Cold water. This is pretty cold water you're going into because it's down deep. A creature more than 100 feet below the surface of the water must succeed on a DC 10 con save every minute or take 1d4 cold damage. Creatures with resistance or immunity to cold or creatures naturally adapted to live in cold or deep water automatically succeed on this saving throw. So you are going to need some protection from cold. Then there's moving water, and then spell casting in the water, and then there's this flavorful document full of... Oh, wait, it's gone! Oh no, what happened to our cool, campaign-specific spells? How sad.
Yeah,
Alright.
I couldn't find it.
Oh man, alright, I'll have to see what happened to him. Alright. What could have possibly happened to all our special spells? Alright, I'll have to track them down. I know that one of them basically turns everybody into like a mermaid. That one's pretty dope. You guys could all be mermaids for this adventure. That would solve pretty much all your problems.
I think Sirens are already kind of mermaids. Like half mermaid.
Alright, so it sounds like all you really need to worry about is resistance to cold. It sounds like you guys have everything else covered.
How much damage does cold do?
I'd like to think after walking through several hells, going to the bottom of the ocean isn't going to be too challenging, but...
Wait,
If you're
how-
worried... I was just gonna say, if you're worried, just, stick around me.
I think I could survive down there for a long time.
Yeah, alright. So is everybody covered then? Is everybody good?
Do we need just resistance to cold?
Yes, you only need resistance to cold.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can... my anklet of my family and spiritual ancestors will protect me as I make the journey.
Alright. Fair
My
enough.
blanket will protect me.
You just wrap-
I actually have an extra collar of warmth, if someone needs it. It just gives cold resistance.
Does it require?
Oh wow, that's old school. That's old school. That's from like
This was
Yeah.
from
6 or 7.
The plant.
It was from when we went to
Diane.
what's his name?
that's from the Summer
the sun
Wind,
guy.
isn't it?
Yeah, Summer
Yeah.
Wind.
Oh, the
Dang.
fake, the
With
fake
the charm.
Helios? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got charmed immediately as soon as we opened the door. But I was supposed to go
Mm,
talk to him.
That was good times. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You have 2 days then if you want to wait for a submarine. Otherwise, you guys could just, I guess, swim to the bottom of the ocean. Do you guys willing to chance 2 days?
Well, I had an idea for how to get us down there, but I didn't have
Okay.
a way to protect us. I was gonna, because I assume, a lot of the Sirens did come. I would, when we got there, I would look around for Nadas the Springwind and ask if her sea serpent friends could help us, like, take us down there. As close as they'd be willing to go, because I know I talked to them before, and I talked to her specifically during my 7 years about this specific task. And I think I remember they were saying that they're too scared to go to where that place is. Yeah. But as long as they could get
chasm.
Yeah, as long as they could get us close enough, that's all I would ask.
Okay.
That was to get us down there. It wasn't any way protecting. So.
All right. And what do you want to do about your B team?
Okay, who on the B team can just naturally survive?
I'd like to bring Arete. I think he'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's immune to cold.
Okay. Jacenna would like to go. She's
Yeah, I
adapted
think
an underwater ability. It's called Blood Transfer. You take 100 hit points of blood from one target and you put it in another target. And she says, totally painless.
Oh man, I totally run into burger shark
Feel
friends.
free to use my blood to heal anybody.
Oh, I mean, I could take it from our enemies, but sure, I could take it from
Oh. Okay.
I figure I got Kraken form to help down there.
Nice.
Trying to see. I think.
BT, there it is. Okay.
Oh, B team. Okay. Cheer.
Corinna's not around, is she? I think she's busy doing other stuff, right?
Well, I mean, she returned to Skyhold to check in on the Dragonlords, but I mean, you could certainly reach out to her.
Who are we
Oh,
thinking
dang.
for?
Grown up Kraken is CR 23.
Oh, but you know what isn't? I think there's some sea serpents. Hold on. Let's see. Let me check. I'll look at my compendium while you guys are figuring some stuff
Oh my
out.
gosh, yeah.
Question,
I could turn
since-
into a sea serpent now, actually. Dang.
That's true.
Since Churros is a mount, if I wear this necklace, will he have to worry about the cold if I'm?
No, you would not, because he's also a a B team mount, so he just sort of modifies you and your speed more than
Cool.
Man,
All right, I'll
and
take the necklace.
You can climb and move across the terrain without any movement penalties. That means you could swim without movement. Become a big torpedo.
Yes, he is quite the swimmer.
Oh, he's got Thunderous Oink, Divine Stink. I would like Kyra to go there.
I just
Believe-
like him because he lets me grapple
Big
as
things.
if I'm colossal. Most of the time. And he's my
Cyrus,
favorite
you're
thing.
level 20. Your sea serpent options are the Ancient Sea Serpent, the Deep Hunter Sea Serpent, or the Ship Breaker Sea Serpent.
Oh, Shipbreaker just sounds awesome.
The difference between them is Let's see. The Shipbreaker has 310 hit points. Good God. And a beefy 22 armor class, a 26 strength, a 21 constitution, a nasty bite, a tail slap. It likes to knock down ships, in case you didn't know. It likes to wrap around stuff, and overall he's a little slow though. Only makes 2 attacks per round, but still better than a T-Rex.
I get my fighter attacks anyway.
Oh, true. The Deep Sea Hunter is also a dragon. It is coming in at 232 hit points, with a 22 armor class, and it has a bite attack that also grapples, restrains, and does poison damage. It can swallow things, which the Shipbreaker apparently doesn't feel comfortable doing. It has a tail slap. It's not good at beating up ships, but it also can coil around things. Let's see. Its swallow is actually on a recharge, but it has an ability called Unhinged Jaw, where it could try to recharge its swallow attack. That's kind of fun. And then at the bottom of the pile, you've got Ancient Sea Serpent coming at 170 hit points with a 17 armor class. But this boy, him have legendary resistances. He's a siege monster. He's amphibious, unlike the other two that are aquatic. He has a bite, a constrain, a tail. He does not swallow things. And he has a breath weapon, a 60-foot cone of cold. I'll just put all 3 in the folder, and you could decide for yourself. All right.
Awesome, and I get to add 40 hit points to each one of them
Oh my goodness.
because I have toughness.
All right. Let's see. Where are we storing that stuff? Cyrus forms. Here we go. All right. There are other sea serpents that are much lower level, but these are your top contenders right here.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem I found, like the classic creatures.
Yeah.
Guys, never forget Willipocles.
Never.
All right. And if you have some sea serpent art, if you want to send it to me, we'll just apply it to whichever sea serpent form you decide to use. But let's see. Cyrus forms, edit permissions, give Cyrus all of them. There we go. All right, so you should see those new forms in there.
Awesome.
Yep. Right. So, do you break Vulcan's heart and not wait 2 days? And you just go down with a. Oh.
I mean, it
okay.
would be good to at least wait 1 day so that I can get my teleport spell back.
Yeah,
I mean, we
absolutely.
we could also arrange some business. You know, I got some things I need to put in motion.
Yeah, I need it. Do we still have the oh, what's it called? Our bird robot that can go places.
Helodone?
Yes.
Yeah, you have
Caledone.
Caledone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, during those 4 years, I would have prepared 2 different treatises for the Academy in Mitros, and it's one of them is going to be on magic level 6 through 9, and one of them is going to be on time travel with big red letters on the front that says for theoretical use only.
Well, you know, Hypatia, we're trying to get a academy going in Astoria. Maybe you could, you know.
Okay, I will copy them and send copies to Parthala. With just a note that says Phil wants to open an academy. No other explanation.
All right. So you want Parthala in Astoria to open an academy of magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's more for Hypatia's benefit, but
Oh,
we
okay.
could use some wizards on the battle lines. I mean, they're pretty good.
And my note to the Academy of Mitros, just with my book, says, work on this.
Okay. They will begin work on that immediately.
In the 2 days, I'm just gonna make appearances in places of lots of people, kissing babies and shaking hands.
Hmm.
You know, maybe I'll talk to some bards.
All right. Which so you guys are going to spend the 2 days then kind of laying out the foundations of faith, checking in on these shrines that you have, trying to sort of
Yeah.
make moves for that. Okay. All right. All right.
I'd ask Hypatia to send me immediately, and I'll wait for them when they're ready. I feel like I need to be there as soon as possible.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
That's cool, because I mean, you're gonna be doing your things you need to do.
I mean, I wasn't gonna actually go places. I was just gonna,
okay.
yeah.
you're gonna
and
set
paperwork.
an illusion to go places.
Dang. Well, if you need advice on that, Kyra's like, it's very simple. We'll just get a bunch of people that look like you to go around and do the things that you would want people to think you were doing, and then that's how it starts.
I mean, I can just do that too.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yes, Hypatia, that uses your spell slots.
Yeah,
Like,
but
if
then
you'd
I
like,
can
I can
rest.
I can just use a disguise kit on like a bunch of people that you choose, and put a wig on them,
How are you gonna do
and
hair?
yeah,
They
designing
wouldn't
it
be-
like snakes.
They wouldn't be smart enough. Don't be ridiculous. People would see through it immediately.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
So Chandras does put forth the idea of you creating a simulacrum, not to help you in battle, but to basically manage all your godhood responsibilities.
I mean, that's basically what I'm doing, yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Then you send out into the world Snow Cone Hypatia to lead your faith. What instructions do you give? Well, you know what? The best thing that you guys could do is you and Remy, because it's a lot to think about. So if you want between now and next week to come up with your PR plan for fame building, and then you just post it up into Discord, then we can kind of like have that cooking in the background, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, I got my PR plan already in my head.
Oh, yeah, I do. I basically do too.
Yeah. Okay.
Essentially, I'm just gonna find like all my old strong friends that are retired from adventuring, like Smasher and Crusher, Spectacles, Testicles, like the big guys, and I'm gonna have them go around, like joining like wrestling tournaments and stuff, and saying my name like Philip. I'm almost the strongest Philippicles. Look at me. He has bestowed me with strength.
Crusher and
Stuff
Smasher
like
wanted
that.
to rest. They just wanted to be
Well,
bears.
they've rested for 7 years. Look, I'm just gonna ask him.
So
You can
you want to
ask.
start Strong Boys Wrestling League, and they're going to go around, sponsored by Philippicles.
Yep.
All right.
Telling
All right.
people how they got strong.
Okay.
And if they pray to Philippicles, maybe they could be strong.
All right. So that's one thing that I've got for you to try to raise fame. You have anything else?
Oh yeah, I was gonna the money from the shrines. I was just gonna have them go on like pilgrimages and stuff.
Alright, okay.
That seems like a faithful thing.
Alright, so donate all money from shrines to pilgrimage
Of valor. Put of
okay.
valor. It makes
of
it seem
valor.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, and then whatever Katya's working up.
Okay, so Katya is interested in reopening the Rock of Esther, but we're gonna call it the Rock of Philippocles.
Philippocles rock.
Ooh, yeah. Or
Rocks.
Rockocles. Well, they're still working on it. But the idea is, those who have wronged the people of Astoria will be publicly executed by your Cerberus on that rock in a gruesome manner that will really get the crowd's blood pumping.
About my Cerberus.
Hmm.
He's not with us anymore.
Ooh.
What if the Strong Boys eventually make a pilgrimage to Astoria and they try and lift Philippocles' rock?
Hmm.
Anyway.
That's a good idea. We'll write that down.
I mean,
We'll write that down.
Katya lowers her readers and stares at you, Anastasia. She says, "It's a pretty soft-hearted change from ritual sacrifice to lifting the rock. I feel like we're getting immediate."
You want a really horrible idea? I'll give you one. I'll give you a horrible idea. What if
Yeah, what's your horrible idea, Queen of the Indigo Islands? How are your Gerblins doing?
Very well. They have school.
They have schools now. Oh, all right.
That's where I put one of my shrines was with the Gerblin shrine.
Oh, you didn't put it there. They already had it there.
Oh, yeah, as soon as you left. Anyway.
Okay. So
I back down immediately from Katya. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Katya just wants to know, what is your stance on human sacrifice, essentially?
Only if they committed a crime that was punishable by death.
Okay. All right. Death sentence in Astoria. Now ritual sacrifice to Philippocles. Okay.
Have you considered sponsorship, Phil?
What's like what do you mean?
It's like what I did with the sandals. I didn't really understand it at the time, but after reading Hypatia's book about marketing and advertising, apparently what they do is you just lend your name to a bunch of things, and you sponsor them, and basically you help them out, and they also help you out by advertising your fame. So, like for example, the Coliseum at in all different cities, you can sponsor and be like, this Coliseum is funded by Philippocles.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, Katya, do that, but only
Granddaughter, that's a great idea.
Only brands you believe in.
What do you mean?
What do I mean, brands you believe in? Like brands I would wear. You know,
brands you would wear.
This loincloth didn't come from anywhere. You know, this
I see. Okay. I had a question, Phil. I was speaking with your lovely wife. She explained to me your marriage situation. You're both polyamorous in an open marriage. So I feel like the fastest way to really rack up that belief is for you to marry as many prominent and famous people as possible. What's normally your determining value of getting married?
I can't say that in front of all these people.
Oh. Well, just throw that out the window. Just marry for power, fame, and politics from now on. Like, if you meet someone and they seem like they already have a lot of followers, you should probably just marry them. Then you could sort of poach their followers.
Okay. I'll talk to Honora about that one.
Okay. She seemed pretty receptive to the idea, but sure, you could go ahead and talk to her. Let's see. I'll put that down. Open to suitors. Ah, there we go. Ah, that'll work. Tyra used that one for years. She never planned to get married. Alright. Anything else? I have Strong Boys Wrestling League. Donate all money from shrines to Pilgrimage of Valor. Death sentence in Astoria. Now ritual sacrifice to Phil. Let's see. Oh, here, I made an amendment. Pilgrimage ends with trying to lift a rock. Alright.
Excellent.
And then look for brands that Phil would like to endorse.
Oil.
Fine.
Phil likes oil.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
there
oils.
you go.
Oils are good.
Oil.
And you see these like leather straps I have on these.
There's
on these
rumors
biceps?
of a famous alchemist named Bicycles who survived the War of Mitros. I could reach out to him and see if
Yeah.
he's willing to make a
Yes,
deal.
yes,
All right.
yes. He sounds like a good guy.
All right. And you're open to suitors. Wink. All right. Hypatia, what do you have for me? Or do you have someone else managing your divinity campaign?
Well, I mean, certainly you could be involved if you wish, but I am sending my Simulacrum to the Academy in Mitros to lecture.
Simulacrum, that's risky business. One wild magic surge and you have an evil clone on your hands.
I'm nearly a god, I can deal with that.
Oh, that's what they all say. All right.
So Clone Hypatia is going to go to the Academy in Mitros and start giving important lectures. Students will be encouraged to sacrifice spell scrolls.
Oh.
Yeah, for help on their exams, and God knows everyone needs that. In particular, while as a rule, Hypatia is opposed to human sacrifice, she will accept any souls sacrificed in the name of science, by which I mean you tried to cast a new spell and it went horribly wrong and you died. You have sacrificed yourself in the name of science to Hypatia.
Souls lost to magical mishap.
Ooh, can I make
just science, like somebody studying electricity, they get struck by lightning, or they wanted to study this cool monster and it eats them.
Science. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Can I make a quick amendment? Hypatia gave me an idea.
All right.
On the pilgrimage of valor,
Yep.
they must sacrifice a weapon of somewhat power into a volcano, and this will get them to go to Fire Island and talk about
Well, they could also go to Typhon, but I feel like that would be counterproductive to finishing the pilgrimage. Yep.
Look, I've been there twice. I don't want to go back. I don't want anyone to go there.
All right. Back to you, Hypatia. Anything else?
The main ones. I mean, if you felt moved, we could look into a line of quills and parchment. But I guess the highest quality magical inks.
Ooh,
Vellum.
line.
You need the spell scroll paper, the vellum.
But if I could
Stationary.
suggest something,
Sure.
have you considered having your simulacrum do it's this thing called autograph meetings. So you sit in a store, right? And people line up to get an autograph from you. They can bring their spell scrolls and you can just sign it. And
their spell books.
Spell books. And yeah.
There's nothing more important than paper, Anna says. She holds out her messenger bag.
Oh. Well, if you think it would be a good idea.
Yeah, you can
Sounds
claim it's
strange
a blessing from Hypatia before they cast the spell scroll.
Okay. We'll add book and scroll signing tour.
So, how neutral evil you guys trying to get?
What? What's
Katya raises an eyebrow and smiles at you. Go on.
Well, if somebody's already condemned to death, why not put a fee on a crime, and they have to pay it? If they can't pay it, their family has to pay it. But if they sacrifice themselves willingly, that clears the debt. Then they become willing sacrifices.
That doesn't sound like something I'm interested in.
I mean, I like where your head's at on that. Cairo says it kind of feels adjacent to strapping minotaurs into slavery. It feels like it's in the same wheelhouse or so.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop all that.
Yeah. But Cairo looks at you and says, "But I see you. I know what you're saying."
Game respects game.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and she says, well, Hypatia, how do you feel about human sacrifice?
I really just in that sacrifice for science sense. That way it's willing. Yeah.
Okay. Would
I mean,
your
arguably-
simulacrum be willing to do sort of an outreach program for young Medusa and harpies, sort of a rehabilitation program? You're such a success story among the cursed that maybe it could bring some peace and some hope to others.
I mean, I
I was certainly be interested. I had plans for that.
We can start an affirmative action program at the Academy of Mitros. Would that
All
that
right.
could work?
Affirmative action for cursed individual. All right. Well, I think we have a lot to work with here. Certainly more than we had a few days ago. It's honestly like the two of you are completely different people. I don't know how you managed to go through so much character growth in such a short amount of time, but keep up the good work.
You as well.
Mm.
I'll remember everything you do for us.
Oh, thank you. All right. So you haven't seen your wife in like 4 years or something. Do you at least give your wife a little bit of loving while you're there? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
yeah,
Fair enough. Fair
yeah.
enough. All right. So you spend a little bit of time with the wife, the kids. You do feel the absence of this sweet boy.
Yeah.
All right. So, does anyone else have any business they attend to before we head over to the ocean?
I did send you an image for the serpent.
Ooh. Oh, dang. Okay. Which one? There's two. Which
That
one's the
bottom one.
bottom one? All right. Got it.
Much
All
better image for the shipbreaker.
Got it. Okay.
If there was time, and that's all based on Hypatia, really. Bother her so much. I'd probably visit Saphira and them. Hang out for a bit. Go.
Nice. All right.
Oh, they're still hanging out in Astoria, I think. So that'd be on
were
the
they
way.
in your tower?
Oh no, their time at the tower. That was just while you guys were in hell. Like they're back to.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Want them cooped up all day playing video games.
All right, then. Yes. You do have to deal maybe with the awkwardness of Saphira. Not remembering Kyra, but remembering Kyra. But I guess this Saphira would not. You have to deal with the idea that you raised her
This
without
is
Kyra.
also your mom, yeah.
Yeah, but she's fine, I guess, or maybe not, because in this world, no, yeah, because she got reinserted right into this timeline. Oh man, so yeah, it's a little bumpy, but you, Kyra and her, you have time before you set off on what might be a incredibly dangerous adventure.
We don't try and do it all at once. We know it's steps. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Good. Right. Anyone else have any final preparations? Anyone they'd like to see before they head out?
Oh, I don't think we decided on B team, did we?
Oh, no. Yeah, you guys got to figure out your B team.
I'd like Kyra to be there. Just said I wanted to come.
Arete.
Okay. 3.
Heroes.
One more.
Heroes?
Well, I mean, he kind of like unlocks me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm happy to see him.
I'm happy to have him.
All right, let's see.
It's not the same as
I
Dragon
would like
but
if we're not gonna bring Callister, which I know you. I'd like to bring Karina.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, she would join you if you are asking, Anna. If you are asking, she would definitely join you.
It's a very important event. Be there, yeah.
And
unless
we
there's something else I'm
vote.
forgetting.
I'm kidding. She can come.
Vote.
No, she can come.
Well, who else would we bring? I'm open
No,
to
she's
suggestion. I honestly have no idea what's going to be down there. Assuming it could have tried to scribe before, but I assume that would be blocked.
Yes, you guys have found that that whole region of the ocean seems to be under some sort of forbiddance of a
Divine.
godly, of a divine nature. Like, this is where the gods have stowed away their secrets, essentially.
Can't wait for what was the Remeki place called? Titan's Folly. Can't wait for Titan's Folly 2. Let's go.
Yeah, that was another place that was divine
Divine,
forbidden.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna whisper to Anastasia.
Mm.
Is it weird if I send Chandras and Zamrox to go help my simulacrum? Is that weird?
Is it weird? I mean, it's just you, but like, I mean, I don't really understand it. Why are there two iPod? Is it weird? I mean, they'd always want to help you, right? And that if that's a part of you, right?
Yeah, but it's like robot me. I don't want Chandras to fall in love with robot me.
Ooh, that's true.
Do what you're
Like that
Follow-
robot,
follow me?
like that robot Ashley song. Oh man. Mm-hmm.
I would follow your heart. I mean, if you want to bring him, I'm happy to have him. He's vast, ancient magical secrets. You probably know the histories. And
No, but I think he'd
Zamrox
really
is a joy
like.
to have around.
I think he'd really like Katya's affirmative action plan, though. He might like to be involved in that.
I fully endorse it. I was planning to do something similar once all's said and done. They may be harpies, but they're still our brothers and sisters.
I guess, yeah, I'll ask Chandras to go with Simulacrum to make sure things don't start going wrong.
All right. Yeah. Zamrox and Chandras both embrace you, but they understand, and in a way, they understand that the work of the simulacrum is actually. They look around and make sure Anna can't hear. More important than what you're doing for Anna. So, because this is what's actually going to keep you, and not have you
absolutely.
get lost in the spark. Yeah. All right.
It'll also keep himself from dying for me, I guess.
All right. So it sounds like you're bringing Jacenna, the Lady of
no.
Blood, Arete, Pigo, and Callister. Is he coming? And then Corinna and Argon. Does that sound like a good team?
Kyra?
Kyra, yeah, Kyra's
Okay. Who's Kyra kicking out then?
I think Callister
I think-
probably needs a break.
Yeah.
Callister would love a break. Yeah.
He's been on every part of this event.
He will lead the Strong Boys Wrestling
go.
League efforts. As a
Awesome.
Valor Bard, he is well qualified for the job.
Awesome.
Yeah, back in Valoria, in Paradise Vale, Valor Bard was how you made a wrestler because we didn't have a lot of class options back in the day. So Valor Bard was the fastest way to make a wrestler. All right. Sounds good. Cyver, yet again sits on the bench. He didn't want to go to the bottom of the ocean anyways. It's rough down there. So.
My insight.
Hypatia, what if Chandras runs into this guy?
Which
I don't know.
He
Doesn't
won't be
need
there to
pops?
protect him.
Why do we need pops?
I'm just saying he's got about as much
Damn.
durability as a clay pot.
Damn. Wow.
Are you saying he would crack under the pressure of the ocean? Even with the magical protection?
Kyra, who deep down has a mean streak that she thinks she keeps well hidden, lets out an evil chuckle at Phil's mean-spirited joke. So doesn't regret revealing his hit points to everyone at all.
Well, I mean, if we're ever down bad for money, we can just break him open.
Oh, jeez. You know what's really crazy is with those hit points, the dude actually thought he might betray you at one point. Come on. Okay.
He was trapped in a gem for a bit. How much do you think the gem was?
Oh,
Fair.
well, that's why his hit points are still so low compared to like Bulldog. I don't think he got to level up for
Yeah,
7 years. You know? Yeah.
Not gonna curse.
That's got to be what it was. Yeah, like that was him at the end of the the war. What
I like to believe he's leveled up, but he just has like a D2 hit die.
Oh, he's got a 3 con. No, that's terrible. That's terrible. All right. Okay. So everybody is assembled. All right. Let's change out to music. Okay.
Oh god, I've been in the Temple of Narcissus this whole.
Has everybody been in the Temple of Narcissus?
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I'm sorry, guys. I had you on this like main map. I was rearranging everybody. I was putting everyone where I was clicking on the map. Oh, okay.
I was double checking. I was like, I want to double check our PT. I'm like, yeah, that person.
Okay. Man,
can-
yeah, I'm like putting them all on the teleporter and getting you guys ready for action. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, oh no, that's too exciting. All right, hold on. Need some good, like you about to pop off and do something cool, but in the water, but not too much in the water yet.
I want to take Hypatia aside for a second.
Oh, sure.
So it's probably not a great plan, but it's what I think's gonna happen. I don't know. It feels instinctual. I feel like all of the sirens were gonna have to sing to bring the city back. We're gonna be down there, and we're not gonna know when. Could we come up with some sort of signal? Let them know.
I mean, so I know we were just making a big deal about this recently, but now that I'm level 20, I can actually cast sending for free. I can just sending someone.
Okay. And then,
And they can have a signal.
okay. Sounds good. Give it to my sister.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Wait, your level 20 feature was cell phone?
It was signature spell. You can get your 2 free third level spells, and I just took sending as one of them.
Okay.
Aw, that's nice.
Okay.
That's very cool.
Style on the haters who were like, "You're using too many words in your sending spells."
I did that in counterspell. I get 2. So.
Oh, hand counterspell. Jesus Christ. All right.
Okay. You aren't as modest as you seem.
All right. So, as you guys roll up in your airship, which has now been modified to go underwater, you look down at the multitude of colorful ships that have gathered in anticipation of Anastasia's arrival. You can hear the sounds of singing and instruments and merriment down below. It is in stark contrast to the many wrecks, ruins, and sharp spires of floating stone that litter this area of the seas. Seeing your airship, a cry rings out from all assembled. A mighty and sonorous huzzah travels up to meet you in your airship. And you see brightly colored feathers, wings, and scarves being waved at your approach. In the center of all of it, there is a ship that seems to be sort of in a place of honor amongst all the rest, and there is space made, sort of a circle of ocean that there are no ships in, and this seems to be the epicenter of this region. The courage of these people to come here and stay in such a dangerous part of the ocean for so long shows a tremendous amount of faith in Anastasia. All right. So, as you approach, let's see. You see the ship of the Nautis, the Spring Wind. If you need information from her.
Yeah.
And trying to track down your sister's mini. Hold on.
And I'm hoping Sula's around and Lyris.
I've got. Oh, there she is. Okay. Alright.
Hey, Crash.
Hey, what's up?
I just want to check out. It looks like most sea serpents
Mm-hmm.
have a speed 30 feet, but a swim speed of 80.
Yes.
Um,
So those should have
weren't
that
on
as
the
well.
character
Oh,
sheets.
okay. Yeah. Just
I just
just
want to
modify.
verify.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I saw speed 30, like, wow, those are some fat, slow swimming sea serpents.
My monster manual got nuked like a couple of foundries back, and everybody's speed got just set to like 30. So I'm constantly having to like look up and change all the speeds. Yeah. So good looking out. All right. So yeah, you see Nautis and you see Latona. Who else are you looking for?
Valyris, and I imagine Sula would also be there.
Oh, right. So Sula. And Valyris. All right. So, yes, they are assembled on this lead ship, which is the Springwind ship. And as you approach, your sister walks / flies / hops over to you to embrace you. And she kind of puts a hand on either side of your face and pushes her forehead against yours. And she says, "My sister, you have returned, safe and sound. I did all I could to assemble as many as possible. We have been fortunate. The weather has been kind, and this one's pets have been keeping most of the dangers at bay." And Nautis the Springwind kind of nods her head to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
It took a bit of coercing, but they're sticking it out.
Wonderful.
I'll tell you this, Anastasia. I hope you know what you're doing, because they're scared. They're real scared. Amongst the sea serpents, this is considered to be the most unholy and dangerous of places.
Okay. Thank you again. Thank all of you for being here. This is our time now. My allies and I will travel and find what we can. And once we do, once we're sure it's safe, I have my good friend here, Hypatia. She will signal to you, Latona. You must sing. We must all sing like we've never sung before. I believe this is the true path. And it has to work.
What do you think you'll find down there, my sister? Latona says.
I think something that has been forced to keep watch over it. I think there may be more than a few of our own that have adapted to living that deep.
Adapted? Like Sydon's Triton?
Yes.
But what if his tritons are down there? Will you have to do battle with them?
I hope not. I hope I can convince them. Our people have always been of the sea and the air. Perhaps we can find a solution. We will find
If
a solution.
anyone can, it's you. I know this.
Nodus, would your sea serpents be willing to escort us down? Our greatest artificers of our time have enhanced their ship to be able to travel under the water. I would surely feel safer with your allies.
Oof, I can try. They've only agreed to stay here near the surface, to sort of provide some protection against, anything curious, but I don't know if I can get them to go any deeper.
That is good. I would prefer that our people were safe. While we go deal with the dangerous bit.
Alright, well, I've also been fighting off the urge to, explore a lot of these wrecks. I don't want to do anything that might disturb whatever's down below. But when everything's done, that's open season, right?
She smiles at her, and you may have your treasures.
Alright. Thula approaches you, and he says, Anastasia, it feels like an age when we first met, and I was still a fool, madly in love with Valis, blind to anything but her beauty. Your kindness helped me see that I was enough, as I was, and that I had my own life to live and my own path to walk. Your people have been so kind to me. I am happy to have lived my life in service to them and alongside them. And I will always be thankful for the patience you showed me when no others would. You helped me to avoid looking a fool for longer than I had to. Thank you.
I think you always had it.
I think I have always wanted to be of service. I think I have always wanted to have something to be passionate about. And Valis just seemed like the easiest path. But this, and he motions to all the assembled ships and the sirens and harpies in the air and all that, says, this is what I was for.
Yeah, and then Anna turns back to her allies and engages them. Are they ready for this? Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. So you guys head below the waves. You see.
Before we go below the waves.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Everyone.
Want to do an act of awesome?
Okay. Vulcan keeps his hand on the lever, but nods.
He's just waiting. He's so rich.
While we're in the air above the crowds before we dive, I'm going to jump off the boat.
Okay.
And as we're going down, I'm going to turn into the shipbreaker sea serpent.
Oh shit!
Dive into the water.
All right. Let's see if we can get that out.
Please don't capsize any of my shit.
Oh god. It big. All right.
Real big. Oh, I know that boy.
All right, so your body elongates and twists and turns, and then you turn into a massive shipbreaker sea serpent, and lithely slither/dive into the waters. There is a terrified cry of alarm and surprise and delight from the assembled people. And then Vulcan looks around, he looks over at Steros, and they give each other a bro nod, and then they both start to pull the lever. Does anybody want to interrupt them while they're pulling the lever? You got anything else? Anybody?
Oh, they gonna say something cool? Aren't any openings that need to be closed, are there?
And then
Leaks?
put on the spot that he's like, I didn't really prepare any sort of jokes or anything.
Skyra?
Skyra
Skyra have like a submarine technician's hat on.
Okay. Yeah, she walks up behind her father and she says, "Don't worry, Dad. I closed all the screen doors. Everything should be fine." And he just stares at her. He says, "No one would put screen doors on a submarine. That's stupid." And he says, "All right." And the two of them pull the lever, and you see a bubble just go wow around the ship, and like you thought maybe there'd be a little bit more to it than that. And then he and Steros high five each other. Kyra looks around. "Dad, you just put a bubble around the ship." He says, "Mm-hmm." She says, "What if someone pops the bubble?" And he says, "Ooh, let's hope that doesn't happen."
Oh no.
All right. So you're thinking maybe this is good for travel, maybe not combat. And he says, no one said there was going to be any combat down there. I just, that you needed a submarine. This is the early stages of development, so we just, we thought we'd just go down and explore a little."
We don't have any torpedoes. We don't have sonar, radar. We could all look at and be really scared.
Steros says, "Well, it's quite simple. You just need to make sure that everyone who can defend the ship is outside the ship defending it, and then the rest of us get to ride in the submarine and look at things, and it's still like a good place for you to come back to."
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
I knew you
All
could do it.
Okay. So on that note, you have a submarine per se. You probably don't want it to get into combat situations though. A single point of piercing damage might pop your bubble. So, but it does allow everybody who wanted to come down and see the bottom of the ocean to go down and see the bottom of the ocean. So, which means there might be other options for BT members depending on who else was brought down to the bottom of the ocean. All right. So let's see. Chapter 11.
Oh, you know what? I would definitely bring Valerius not as a BT member, but just I know she's really good with the.
Oh yeah. All right.
Help
Sounds
defend the
good.
ship if they get on there.
All right. Let's see. Where would you guys start at? Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So let me change out the music. It's so hard for me not to just play the Metroid Prime like undersea music because it's honestly the best undersea music for anything ever. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna try something new.
I don't
We'll
mind.
save it. We'll save it. All right. Let's see. Okay, we've got this here, Deep Waters. Let's see what this one's got. All right.
Honestly, you could just do like any like space track, and it would.
Space is also really good for bottom of the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys begin traveling down, and down, and down. And you pass the base of these floating pillars, and they just kind of bob in the water. These spires of stone that have impaled so many ships before you. And you keep going, and you find yourselves down at like a shelf of stone and coral. After about 2 hours of travel aboard your submarine, your lookout spies up ahead in the depths of the ocean a skirmish between some aquatic individuals. They describe it as a bunch of monstrous mermaids are fighting against a bunch of aquatic Anastasias. The aquatic Anastasias are aided by an octopus, and the mermaid monsters seem to be aided by sharks. Should we go around? Do you ask for the looking glass, Anastasia, or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I want to see for myself.
All right. Let me see. That is when I guess you catch sight of, for the first time, a sea siren. So, there seem to be sirens of, it seems to be male and female, adult age. They are engaged in battle against some rather terrifying looking creatures. They have the bodies of mermaids, but the heads of ancient, like, stony, scaled fish. And assisting these guys, you do see your old friend. Might not be him, but sure looks like him. Hamburger Shark.
Burger Shark, no. Yes. Oh, he kept me comfort at the great games when I failed that tower.
All right. Do you watch from a distance to
No,
see who wins the skirmish?
No, I want
Do
to
you-
go help them.
Okay.
I want to go help them. They would know so much more. They'd be so. Maybe they were also drawn here.
Is this the consensus of the party? Do you guys go to help?
I'm here for the ride as long as at the end of the day Anna tells the Sirens that God of Valor Philippicles was here.
All right.
Oh,
Fair
it's
enough.
here.
We'll do whatever.
All right.
I mean, as
So-
we all know, sharks are evil. Not quite as evil as dolphins, but
Oh,
yeah,
man,
they're more of like an honest evil. You know what I'm saying? Like they just are like, yeah, we eat things. Like, you know, that's it.
Is Sydon here, or did we take care of Sydon? I don't remember. Big
Is that the
from-
shark of the Indigo
Indigo?
Islands? No, we never took care of him.
Oh, okay, he's probably killed. He's probably retired. He's chilling now.
Yeah,
He's probably at the Battle of Mitros, but
he was at the Battle of Mitros, actually. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see if you get us back down to this map. Here we go. All right. Oh man, Sula, I'm sorry. You did not want to come with us.
No, no, I.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
said, just Lyris.
All right. All right. So I'll take you guys over to this map.
Greatest Siren Warrior.
All right. Yeah. So it seems to be you're very confident that you are not at the bottom of the ocean yet, but this is like the first sign of ground that you guys have seen in a while, and you're almost at sort of like sort of a rocky shelf of coral formations. Still somewhat within the diminishing sunlight above, but everything here would definitely be treated as dim light, essentially. And yeah, there is a battle raging. You've got these Sirens over here fighting it out, fighting against these guys. Hamburger Shark. They got this octopus here. He's happy to be there, and they are just beating the shit out of each other. Blood is in the water. The sharks are going crazy over it. What is the general play here? Rolling into initiative, or do you have some high level big dick combat stopper you want to drop on these people?
Who that might be. I mean, I guess I'd have to roll in, but I could cast a wall of light to kind of like separate them.
Okay. So what we'll do is I'll roll everybody into combat. We'll roll into initiative, and then I'll just have each side of the conflict will just sort of roll their own thing, and then we'll just kind of figure it out from there. Seems like it'll work pretty good. All right. But rather than roll all of them individually, it'll just be the two sides battling it out, and then you guys will be able to intercede one way or the other.
Sounds good. I'm gonna
Alright, so
probably put Soul somewhere not under the water.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. And I'll go ahead and delete chat. Alright. And go ahead and roll yourselves into initiative. Alright. I think we've got everybody. I think we're missing a Phil. Oh, there we go.
You can delete sheriffs.
Alright. Alrighty. Phil, you eked out the initiative with the 22. Some big initiatives from everybody involved. Alright, Phil, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so I'm just revisiting these rules real quick. So to swim, I need to make an athletics check.
Unless you have a swim speed, yes, but if you're trained in athletics, these waters are not deep enough yet that it would be causing any issues. Yeah, but you just move at half speed unless you have a swim speed.
Half speed as if it's difficult terrain?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I think I ignored difficult terrain.
Heroes ignores difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Alright.
Darts on through like a torpedo.
I guess we're gonna move. Yeah, we're gonna jump in 80
Propelled by 800 pounds of cheesy potatoes, you see a stream of bubbles come out of the back of Kieros, and they rocket forward through the water.
I come in, kind of like knocking this shark a little out of the way. I look at these Sirens, and I don't know if I can talk, but if I can, I'll say, "Do not fear. Philippocles, god of valor, is here to protect you." And then I am going to target confirmable, and I'm gonna make some reckless attacks against them.
What you would be speaking Thylean, right? I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Yeah. So they kind of turn to each other and they begin to speak in melodiously beautiful voices.
Well, I do believe. No. Actually, I think I've heard Anna say that she speaks. That Sirens like celestial. They speak celestial.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say it in celestial.
Oh, okay. All right. And they say, this one says, "Whose side are you on?"
I believe yours.
Oh, then kill all these guys.
All right.
And the sharks too.
Yeah. So we're gonna rage. Let me turn that on real quick. So I read here that a spear doesn't have.
Correct. That's one of the approved underwater weapons in the 5th Age of Magic.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice manually. I never actually put it on my sheet because I didn't think, why would I ever use a spear? But I press the unbeknownst silver button, and a spear comes out. And I will attack it.
It has like some gunk
recklessly.
on it. It's like stuck. You have to hit it a couple times.
So that is going to be. Oh, I do have it. Haha, I just didn't favorite it.
Ooh, okay, good opener. Who is this against?
This is against confirmable Marrow
Alright.
Champion 9.
You easily cut through his scaly muscles and drop 21 points of piercing damage.
And here is my second attack.
Ooh, alright, another 20 points of damage. And you realize, Phil, that living here, so close to the bottom of the sea, requires you to be made of a sterner stuff, beefier material, as it were. The creature's not even bloodied by your efforts, as it cries out at you in Aquan. Some stuff. Does anybody speak Aquan? Anybody? Nobody?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I do.
well, Reset.
Oh, Reset. Yeah, Reset does. Reset does.
I
Okay.
don't know.
All
I
right.
speak primordial.
Oh, primordial, yeah.
Ooh.
No,
All right. So primordial's like knowing Latin,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
all of the Romance languages. So you might pick up a little bit of it. But they basically say, "This is not your concern, surface dweller. Leave now with your life and your friends, or you will be fed to the creatures that dwell in the deep."
I'll just yell out. They're threatening you, Phil.
Big mistake. That's my turn.
All right. Let's see. Play will pass to Hypatia.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Reset if she is able to get me over there because I can't swim.
Aw.
Well, you
Yeah,
can
hop
fly on
on.
your broom slowly, right? You could like turn a little propeller and like spin. Broom.
I don't
chugging
know. I-
bubbles
is that
out the
allowed?
back.
Should I use
Did
the
you
fly
ask,
speed underwater?
Did you ask Vulcan to set that up for you?
All right. So, specifically, this has been asked many times. A flight speed is not a swim speed. Water is not air.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
bet
what
you can
about
swim,
that
right?
like propeller that Vulcan put on the back? That cable really
Or
hard.
those little torpedo things that divers use. They just kind of
I,
float around.
I feel that a 20th level wizard has enough tools at their disposal. They should be able to handle an underwater adventure. They should be able to handle underwater adventure. All right.
I'm just gonna ask Reset if she can take me over to the area of the battle, and I
Yeah.
will prepare a spell for when she does.
All right, fair enough. So you're concentrating on a spell.
Yes.
As a reaction, you're going to cast it when you get within range. All right,
Yes.
sounds good.
You
All right.
wanna? Oh, can you even move or? You can't
No,
move.
no, I can't.
We,
Okay,
we
I'll
definitely cast water breathing. Like I guess don't.
Oh,
have
yeah.
water speed.
But that's not a swim speed.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's just I can cast spells and whatnot.
Okay, so I'm going to have these guys use their Aqualance ability. You know what? No. We're going to have the champion of their people roll. Greatest Giant Octopus. Alright, Greatest Giant Octopus is going to roll. Depending on how well they do, that will be how many enemies are defeated by their team. That means that when we get to Confirmable's turn, they will roll, and then however many, get killed, etc., etc. So here we go.
I wonder if he has a cousin to River Octopus.
All right, so a 22. I'm gonna say that two sirens were killed. No, not two sirens. Sorry. I'm gonna say that 2 marrow were killed in the fighting. So I'll go ahead and get rid of those. There we go. All right. Play passes to Innocuous Shipbreaker Sea Serpent. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I know it says the bottom of the ocean is really dark, but all these maps are so beautiful. I'm probably just gonna hand wave that shit. I hope you guys don't mind. So.
I'm assuming right in the
prefer it.
middle of all of them.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Many people begin to scream and panic. Bad guys and good guys alike.
I'll telepathically shout out, "Cease this fighting!"
Ooh. Okay. Are you going to attempt an intimidation?
Yes.
All right. I would say, given that you are a massive sea serpent, you may do this with strength. That's pretty good.
It's,
All right.
Yeah, it's +8 to whatever I rolled.
Okay. Let me see. I'm
not
gonna go
sure
ahead.
If we went off.
No, it's secret. It's secret. All right. So amongst their number, Confirmable shouts out in Aquan,
That is not a brood of the Deep Mother. That is an outsider. That is a surface serpent. We have nothing to fear here.
and then the shark says in Aquan, "Him big. I'm leaving." And then they all begin to flee the battlefield because you rolled really high and you're a fucking shipbreaker sea serpent, a CR20 horror of the depths. These guys aren't gonna fucking stick around for that. The Sirens are gonna begin fleeing as well. They're terrified. This is fucking horrifying.
I'm saying it, Celestial. He's on our side. He's on our side.
All right, give me a persuasion check, Phil.
Can I use strength?
Unfortunately, that would make it worse. So no, you need a calming voice.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Persuasion.
Yep. Persuasion, charisma. Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I saw +8. I was like, why is this +8? It was set to con for some reason.
Oh my god. All right.
It was Conrisma.
Okay. Over their screams, no one can hear you because you're kind of underwater and you're doing that like blah, 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 as you talk.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. That was your action, but you have effectively routed this battle on both sides. Do you have a bonus action you want to use? Cyrus?
I guess I'll shout out again.
Okay.
I come as an emissary from above. We wish to speak.
All right. Play will pass to Reset. Reset. You get the sense amongst the Marrow and the Sharks, the Sirens and the Octopus, that they recognize this creature. They are not going to stick around for the blood and the gore that is to follow.
All right.
I mean,
so
I'll say to Reset that if you need to handle that bit, clearly I don't need to cast a spell
Honestly,
now, so.
I feel like you just can't wreck a ship when you're that big. Do you mind if I make you a little bit bigger? Is that all right? There we
That's
go.
okay, yeah,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll go. Yeah, if Hypatia doesn't need me, I'll go here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say in their, I guess, Aquan. Were they speaking in Aquan too?
These dudes were speaking in Aquan. The Sharks were speaking Aquan. The people we're talking to Phil in Celestial.
Okay. Well, I'll speak to them in Celestial,
Mhm.
and I'm going to say, we have come on behalf of the surface Queen of the Sirens, Anastasia.
Whoa.
Here to help you, and this here is a friend of Anastasia's.
Okay. Give me a persuasion, charisma.
I absolutely will.
All right.
Can't wait. Got all the skills, baby.
All right. So they begin to murmur in Celestial, a surface queen, surface sirens, and then someone says, "That's not true. There are no surface sirens, let alone a queen. And then the one says, "Sirens only live beneath the waves in the sunken kingdom. Who is this? Who is this false queen that you bring with you?"
And then I'm going to say, well, why don't you just wait and look
3 seconds.
and watch? And
Okay.
I just, I point in this direction.
Oh wow. Hope I do good.
All right, everyone turns to look at you, even the fleeing hamburger sharks.
So they're kind of dispersing, and there's still kind of like a majority of them that are kind of.
This is like an after school fight when the cops show up. You know.
Everyone's
Yeah.
coming, so I don't need to separate them
Yeah.
anymore.
No.
All right, so I
If anything, if you want to speak with the sea sirens, you would have to detain them because Reset has let them know what's going on, but they still are unsure because there is no such thing as surface sirens. So this is this is a big falsehood that's been spoken to them.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I'll just I will swim over. Like even like underwater, like the scales that are coming on, they're all kind of glowing, like they should be, just like kind of like their scales. And yeah, if any of them are still kind of like even a little bit fighting, I'll pull out my bow and I'm gonna send some blasts to kind of separate like the big marrow guys from the, if there's anyone like still about to get hit, you know, try and separate them with the repelling bit of it. That one of these. Oh, great! Thanks for saying.
All right. So you just start blasting, just
Yeah.
Firing off ray blasts. All right, you got a few more in the tank.
Yeah. Oh my god.
all right. 33. All right.
Okay.
And the last one.
I got 2 more.
Oh,
Oh
2
my
more.
gosh.
Oh my.
What are all these ones? Stop.
All right. So as you start blasting these guys and girls and creatures, you can tell that they are taking the damage. But as Phil figured out, these marrow are tough AF. Even at your guys' level, they could definitely take a beating. But seeing that you have many things in common with them, they kind of pause, staring at Reset and waiting to see what happens.
Oh yeah, if I can follow that with please, we are here to help. And in Celestial. Yeah. Thought I already used my action to attack.
There's a murmur amongst them as they kind of take in what they're seeing. All right, play passes to the marrow, and the marrow are going to disengage and begin to swim away. Do you guys pursue, or do you allow the combat to end?
Well, I think we'll allow them to run.
Okay.
If we're out of the turn order, then
Mhm.
I'm going to, I guess, say as Anastasia's attendant here in Celestial, be grateful as the Surface Queen of Sirens. Anastasia will now grace you with a song that only Sirens can sing to prove that she is one of you.
That's a really good idea. I didn't like
Oh,
where you
damn.
started, but I love where you ended. Yeah.
I'm gonna let my spell go and just steel wind strike the water until I teleport over here.
Oh, fair enough. Some unfortunate krill in the water are murdered so that you can teleport to the rest of the party. It's incredible. All right.
I'll just sweep my tail over so Hypatia can grab on if she needs to.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, you're roughly like 100 feet long, but there's no long tokens in the 5th age of magic, so you're just this big blob when you're all coiled up. All right. So they flee, One of them is detained by the greatest giant octopus as a POW, and thanks to your intervention, none of the sea sirens was killed in the battle. They all turn their attention to these strange aliens that have come from outer space, and they want to know. They want to hear this song that you claim to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sing it. I'll sing the song.
All right. Is this the song, the song that that got them thrown down in the first place, or
I was thinking about that, and that might bring back some bad feels. No, it's gonna be the riff on that I did for Song of Storms. That was like a different version of it.
Gotcha.
Hey, maybe the Song of Storms made its way down to the ocean. Who knows? You know.
Okay.
I did that.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sing it in Celestial too. I hope it's not 2 1s.
Okay. It is a very good performance. Not your best performance, but a very good performance. They all stop and listen.
Please help me
When this-
understand. You know, that's all.
Yeah. When the song ends, they all kind of look at each other, and this one, she swims forward.
Kind of swim in her wake as she approaches. You know, obviously not as dexterous in the water as her, but
And she fans her hip wings, which provide her with incredible maneuverability. Like mermaids should totally adapt this feature.
Yeah.
And she says, "You sing beautifully as our king. Why have you come here to our realm? Why have you brought these strangers from the outside, from the surface world? What is it you seek, outsider?"
Seek the city.
Ah. Why? For conquest?
No, I wish to return it where it once was. I understand that you and yours probably live there now. But please help me understand where to us above, we've all but lost our memory of it. I know we built it together. Must have.
She narrows her eyes in distrust and says, "You would take my home? Take our home away from us?"
I would seek another solution.
She looks around.
I would.
She is so floored by the power of your sea serpent ally. Like, the half-naked man on the rocket pig is cool. It's neat, but for them culturally, this is some big dick energy right here. So they're very nervous. You could tell. And then she says, "You have aided us against our eternal enemy, servants of the Deep Mother. I will risk everything and vouch for you. Come with us to our city, and perhaps we can learn from each other."
I'm very grateful.
Send a telepathic message to Anna, and is this form too scary?
Yeah, it's really fucking scary. Sliders there. There is siren shit.
That's true. They don't have toilets. They just poop wherever they want, under the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe
Okay.
tone it back a bit. It's good to have that in our back pocket, though.
She looks past you to your strange bubble ship, and she says, I have seen ships before, but when they come below the waves, they are generally broken. That one seems to be trapped in a bubble.
Oh, it is what allows it to make the journey.
I see.
Brilliant
I
minds
see.
put together.
Hmm.
So they all witness that giant sea serpent morphing down into this little kraken.
Oh, okay. They're like nervous about, a kraken, obviously. But someone says,
It's a baby.
someone says, druid, and then they all kind of nod. Like that explains everything.
Yeah, water druid. They.
Yeah. They get it now. Okay. All right. This woman, she stares at your bubble ship, and she looks thoughtful, and she says, what would happen if I poked it with my dingle hopper? And she produces her very small trident. It's like a dagger-sized trident.
I would ask you not to. So I do not know what would happen. But
It says, it is very sharp.
it would probably do the job.
Mm.
They
have.
They didn't really have enough time to.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
I'll say,
I'm gonna say Anastasia's fascinated by this.
I'm just gonna yell out as she says that. You'll likely have a very angry sea serpent.
Oh, I see. All right.
You would also activate the balloon mechanism. As soon as the bubble pop, a bunch of balloons surround it and floats back to the surface.
Balloonocles would appear. Carry it back to the surface.
It is actually Balloonocles.
It
Comes
better-
out
it
of the
better
mass.
be- It better be. It's a-
That's the emergency system. Everyone gets the bends for sure.
Yeah.
But the ship goes back to the surface. All right, we've established it. Fantastic. All right. She says, "Are you familiar with the custom of hero huddling?"
Yes, we respect it in our culture.
Join me
Yours-
over here, and I will lead you to our city.
I'll
It is
have.
the most beautiful city in all of the ocean.
There are more than one.
Yes, though the Tritons have left this world, leaving behind their buildings, their fortresses. They have left for the elemental plane of water, riding on the backs of their mighty sea turtles.
We have met them. We have traded with them.
Oh, truly? They are normally a hostile and warlike race.
Please, what is your name?
About 7 years ago, they engaged in a campaign of war against the surface world. Have you heard of it? It was called the Battle of Mitros.
I was there.
That campaign was against us.
You are Mitros.
No, Mitros is the city.
Oh, that makes sense.
And my grandmother.
Now she's confused.
You may call me Atalanta. She blushes as she says, "It's a very common name amongst my people." Kyra says, like Jennifer. Got it. Or, Ashley. Okay. Or Kyra. Okay. So, we gotta grab guy 2. There we go.
I'll have a Reti pick up Hypatia.
Fair enough.
All right. On the way, she explains that the Marrow are cousins of the merfolk. The merfolk are pretty much all but extinct, wiped out in a civil war against the Marrow long, long ago. What few tribes of merfolk still live were wiped out in the Dolphin Wars. And then basically the remaining merfolk live in very small, secretive communities throughout the oceans of Thylea, staying close to the surface because they just can't hack it in the deep sea. They're just not. They don't. It didn't go well for them. The Tritons are highly militaristic and always waging war against everyone in the ocean. But it has been a very peaceful time because after their failures in the War of Mitros and the death of their god Sydon, they left the world of Thylea, off to trouble other realms, no doubt. But these Marrow continue to be an issue because they are obsessed with the queen of the deep, or the mother in the deep, or the deep mother, as she is called. Apparently, there is an ancient evil that dwells in a nearby landmark called the Chasm. These people believe it is their divine purpose to guard the chasm and prepare to battle the Deep Mother should she ever rise from the chasm and try to destroy the world. But she is a mother of sea serpents, and frequently sea serpents will be birthed from the chasm out into the world, and that is why they did not like Cyrus being in sea serpent form. Because they hate sea serpents and they're very scared of sea serpents, very superstitious about sea serpents. Yeah, they love octopuses though. They're big fans of octopi. They love seahorses. They have seahorses that they like to ride around on. Sharks are okay if you domesticate them at an early age, but you never get rid of their natural inclination to just eat anything. So. And they also explain to you that they have 8 gods that they worship. They have a pantheon of 8 gods, and
well, that's maybe a problem.
Yeah.
And that's
Tell me more about these 8 gods.
Oh, all right. My name is Atalanta. What's your name again? It's not Mitros.
No, it's Philippocles, god of valor.
Ah. Well, there is the mother of sky and sea. There is the lord of strategy. There is the arcane empress. There is the fish king. There's the moon maiden. The great hunter. The divine revelry. And the pathfinder.
Did they walk among you?
They do not. They stay in their temples, but they grant their blessings to our many priests and paladins. When we sank to the bottom of the sea, they were already here. Or so the legends say.
That's interesting.
There.
They were overjoyed that we arrived, and they helped us adapt quickly to survive in the ocean's depths. And then, over the countless ages that have passed, we have adapted to thrive in this new and beautiful world. And as she says that, you guys crest sort of like an undersea mountain, and you see the city of the Sirens. And I'll put you guys on this map.
While we're doing that, have we heard of like the Deep Mother? Like any other names for her?
You may attempt a history check.
Okay.
I am genuinely surprised that they had a map.
You are unable to recall any sort of information about the Deep Mother.
I will attempt a history check as well.
All right.
Can you do one for all the gods?
Hypatia, you think that they are referring to Scylla's namesake, Scylla, The first sea serpent.
I will mention to everybody that there's this myth I heard of. I named Skilla after this myth. Maybe this myth is not so much a myth.
Now, as far as these gods go, neither of your history checks would recall any knowledge or reference to any such individuals.
Hypatia, are these gods like? You think they're competition?
I think that they're the gods Hades spoke of.
They may be related, yeah. It's so convenient.
Wait, what did Hades say? I wasn't really
There were
listening when he was talking.
eight false gods that stole treasures from him. That's what he wanted us to
Yeah.
take care of in exchange for his aid and what is to come.
Phil's players looking at this calendar. That's a lot of combat. Maybe we can get them all in the same place.
Maybe.
Maybe we could show their false divinity. Maybe that would be enough.
Atalanta says, do you bring treasures with you from the surface world? I ask because my friend owns a shop of rare antiquities. She's always looking for trade in exchange for these goods she has salvaged and found.
I got some
yeah.
gold. You guys like gold here, Drachme?
I can't really speak for her, but you're welcome to check it out.
Okay.
Here,
know
I'll post this up in the treasure channel. There you go.
I'll mention that I have rare antiquities called sandals. They are branded up in the north, and they're what people normally use on a day-to-day basis to move around, which is very weird down here because you don't need sandals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's sort of an issue there.
But it's a rare antique, and you have no reason to need to use it.
Oh, Hypatia, have you clicked on this yet?
Yeah,
You see what I see?
probably the robes.
I don't got that
Oh,
much
is it a
gold,
magic
but
shop? It is.
but we could sit
Oh,
here.
are you referring to these robes of the Archmagi, a game-changing legendary object that none of these people could use? Yeah. Anyways, I'll take you over to the throne room, and that's probably where we'll stop for tonight. So, unless you murder your guide and then run rampant in the city, I just want to do a murder hobo check. Are we doing that or
No, I think we're going straight to the shop. Yeah.
the shop? Wait, you don't want
What?
to swing by the king first?
No, we will see the king. I need to see him. I need
That's
to
a
prepare
ring of
myself for
spell.
next.
That's a ring of spell turning. Do you know what that does?
I'm sure it's great, Phil. Siren
Alright,
Town's
alright.
pretty great, isn't it?
Yeah, we can go see the king first.
All right. So I'll take you over to the Siren City seat of power. Yeah, you Saltmarsh kids thought I was gonna use the same fucking mermaid throne room, huh? Well, surprise.
Oh my god, when you first showed the mermaid guy, the bad ones,
Yeah.
I was like, didn't we fight these things already? But then I realized it was in Salt Marsh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost died to those things. They're crazy.
No.
They're really
All right. So as you guys arrive in the inner court, you see that they have cavaliers riding around on seahorses, which is
Hell
always
yeah.
nice. They have massive, giant octopus sentries posted. The people are engaged in polite conversation and song and storytelling, and
Foul-mouthed son of a gun.
and you see here at the seat of power is the king of the sea sirens, King Pontus. His advisor, Kayla, priestess of the old gods, and his other advisor, the mysterious warmonger, Dolphinius.
Alright. And that.
Oh, so this isn't like a husband-wife situation right here?
I mean, could be. I don't know. I mean, but I mean, you do. I always see you remembering. You're remembering your
Look, I
divinity
got a
coach.
list of things to do. I got
Yeah,
a list of
yeah.
things to do.
All right, and so we will leave off with Atalanta introducing you, or about to introduce you to Pontus, King of the Sea Sirens, and Anna, an unexpected twist, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so happy. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being interested in something that was actually part of the written adventure. So,
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
so surprised they actually had him.
well, that's the thing. When you picked a siren, haunted one, I was like, damn. I hope Red's patient. Because like everything related to your character was like the end of the first campaign and post campaign, and I was like,
Awesome.
oof.
I actually can't
that's
wait
rough.
to see how Andronicus what he gets up to. I'm very excited to see how his story plays out too when he gets here. Oh man, I'm totally gonna watch.
I mean, so we're obviously doing a species swap, and it's gonna be the remnants of the good Triton kingdom, and because he's a Triton. But yeah, it's the same,
no, that's why
it's the same idea, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, so I'll leave you guys on this map. You can always go back to the wider world if you would like, and we'll do some quick announcements. So tomorrow night we have Abomination Vaults, Pathfinder 2. 4 of the most popular and handsome players on our server learning to play Pathfinder together with a charming Australian dungeon master. So if that sounds like if you like cute boys with cool voices, then I mean I can't think of a better actual play to watch. There's also a cyberpunk game run by Dom at the same time, but you could always just catch the VOD for that one. Wednesday we're going to be playing some Cult of the Lamb. Thursday, Curse of Strahd Nightfall. Friday, no vodcast because a handful of us are going to be playing a Pathfinder 2 one-shot run by Leah, who is also Cryptic Muffin on our server. And so I'm pretty excited about that. It's 3 old men and an Ara Knoll Ranger. And they're going to go up against, I believe, a very dangerous scarecrow. It's basically a Monster of the Week style one-shot. Saturday morning, we got Red Hand of Doom, and we ended the session face-to-face with the Ghost Lord. If you're familiar with Red Hand of Doom, it's a pretty intense place to leave off a session. So we'll see how things play out.
Oh.
And then, oh yeah.
Are you gonna
Literally face-to-face, like eyeball to eyeball.
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah.
Are you gonna offer them?
Yeah. And so then there is Classic Strahd Saturday night, but we don't stream that one. Sunday morning we got Curse of Strahd Daybreak, and then Sunday night we'll have more Mythic Odyssey, or should I say Heroes of the Nether Seas, and then Monday we'll be back here. We had discussed ending the campaign soon-ish, but I feel like there's a bit more story to be told. So, assuming you guys are able to make the time, we could certainly extend the campaign through April to kind of give us a bit more time to explore some of this lore and content. That being said, as Anna pointed out, a lot of convenient things in this particular arc. It's one of those things where all of the loose ribbons and threads and strings of yarn with tacks are all sort of starting to converge. So you will kind of notice that things will start to sort of pull together and start
I bet
happening.
that Kraken's hanging around here somewhere. Where is he?
Everything sort of like pulls together in this chapter, because you are officially in chapter 11 of 12, 12 being the final chapter of the game, and the shortest chapter of the game. So yeah, very close to the end. All right, does anybody have any announcements before we adjourn?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
The following Wednesday, the 22nd or the 24th, I'm running a one-shot in the Dungeon Crawl Classics rule set. It's going to be a 0-level character funnel. It's actually a bunch of peasants. Everyone will control like 3 or 4 peasants, and they're just going to tackle a dungeon. And whoever lives gets to level up. Maybe we'll do more cool stuff like that later on. But it's going to be a one-shot. It's free. I'll be running that either, depending on what's more enticing, either Wednesday or Friday night. I was gonna run it this week, but I forgot Thylea was running something. So yeah, check that out in the
All
game
right.
listing.
Sounds good. Any other announcements before we adjourn? No? All right. Well, congratulations on hitting level 20. Yeah. You're gonna be 20 for a while, which a lot of people never get to say. Some people make it to 20 and then they get like one session and then it's over. But you guys are gonna be 20, for the rest of the campaign now. There will be opportunities to continue to grow in power and strength, just not in level. So just gonna keep that in mind. All right.
Yes, sounds good.
All right. Hope
And-
everybody has a. Oh, what's up?
I was gonna say I didn't message before. Yeah, I want to stick it through till we have a complete story. So
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to rush it. There was discussion about, we've been doing this for a while. Like, we need to make, we need to, kind of plan on an ending because, people need to make plans and know what's going on in the future and that sort of thing. But I've spoken with people and it seems like we have some flexibility there. So we can definitely eke out a few extra sessions if we need to. Because while we could probably end it in three more sessions, I feel like we'd be doing a disservice because there's quite a bit of cool stuff that we could tackle at a slightly slower pace. So, all right, cool. Well, hope everybody stays safe and healthy this week, and we will continue these undersea adventures next time.
Right, good night.
See you
Alright.
next week. Bye.
Night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good one.